Yes, yes, people. We are back live. We are back live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube for another edition of the Manchester United Tottenham Hotspur podcast, where we talk all things Manchester United, all things Tottenham Hotspur, people, with both these sides drawing their Europa League ties, quarterfinals, first legs. Manchester United conceding very, very late in France to Lyon, two apiece, and Spurs drawing one apiece at home to Frankfurt. So all to play for both these sides. Semi-final places in the Europa League at stake for both these sides, because both of these teams' Premier League seasons have been absolutely horrendous. Both in the bottom half, both with more losses than wins. So yes, we will be discussing all these things. As always, though, big up everyone supporting Sarcasm City TV. Much, much, much appreciated. Make sure whether you're watching this live right now or watching this back after the live, hit the like button on the video. So important you do that. Hit that like button on the video. Make sure you share this out across all of the socials as well. That's me flawless at Sarcasm City TV, at Sarcasm City TV, at That's Me Flawless. And on top of those two things, make sure you subscribe to the channel Sarcasm City TV. Hit the notification bell when you do so. Road to 15,000 subscribers here on the channel. Again, please keep all your comments or your questions Manchester United or Tottenham Hotspur related. So let me bring in a couple of the Spurs guys here, a panel that I love doing the show actually. It's one of the best panels because you never know what is going to be said. You got Jez, who is our resident madman, who's here on a regular. De Niro, who just says it straight as it is. And Jacob, you never know what Jacob's going to say at any given moment. You not have no idea where the conversation is going to lead to. So let me bring in a couple of the man. Them Jacob's in the building, De Niro's in the building. What you man saying, man? You man good? You good,
Hey,
Jacob?
I'm good. Yeah. I'm good. I'm good. How you doing?
I'm blessed, man. I'm all good. You already know. I'm blessed. I'm blessed. Looking forward to the show as always. De Niro, what you telling me, fam? You good?
Yeah, man, I'm good, bro. How are you? Good?
All blessed, man. All blessed. You
I'm,
already
I'm,
know. Big up the
I'm,
chat as well, man. As always, I see you lot. Big up Warrior J. Big up Samurai. Big up the two marks. That's a hilarious name. Big up the two marks. I love that. Shouts to Becky as well and Warrior J, of course, for dropping all the comments from Posta Coglu, Amarim as well, man. Jesus Christ, yo. It's like Warrior J is making up the comments. So we'll get to that. I'm just starring all those messages. But yeah, man, Jacob, we'll start with you. I didn't watch your game because it was the same time as ours, but Tottenham Hotspur won, Frankfurt won. Thoughts on the game? Who stood out to you? Who didn't stand out to you? Was it a deserved draw? Were you the better team? Should you have won the game in your opinion, or were you fortunate to get the draw in your opinion? Where do you stand?
Um, I felt like they left a lot to be desired, but I didn't
Mhm.
feel like it was awful. It was better than we have been, but it wasn't our best. It just leaves me somewhere in between, like, okay, cool, and that's nice. If that's a good barometer of measurement that I can give you. Because for me, I didn't think that we capitalized on chances that we did take. We hit the woodwork a few times, which is just kind of unlucky. Bergvall, I thought he was having himself a day. Just again proving to be one of the most mature players out there, despite his age. And he's dribbling through players, weaving through players, reminding me of old Dembele. So unfortunate. He had a beautiful run, man, and he shot it and it hit the far post. It was very unfortunate. If that would have been finished off, because it would have been a fantastic goal. But either way, individually, I thought there was no one who really stood out as atrocious, other than the usual suspects like Brendan Johnson. That man can't dribble, bro. Bro looks like me. It was me out there on the wing saying, "Don't pass it to me," and then you pass it to me, and God only knows where this thing. I don't even think God might know. The law of physics doesn't really know where the ball is going to go when Brendan Johnson or myself touch it. We just know it's going somewhere. And luckily, for him, he's got some speed and some pace that he could catch the ball. I am not so lucky, but you know, there's only so much you can do when you're playing professional athletes who, they see you take a shit touch and then just run after it. They're just like, all right, so I should get between you and the ball, and boom, there it is. Someone else got it. What do you know? Now Brendan Johnson's doing nothing. And then whenever he did get some chances, there was one clear-cut chance in the second half that I'm remembering. And for me, when you're a forward, your job is to score or create or do something that helps us score goals. Bottom line, you're either doing that or you're not. And if you're not doing it, you're a hindrance to Tottenham. And games where he's not a hindrance to Tottenham, where he is doing his job, just getting at that back post. Yeah, he is our leading scorer. It is crazy. I think that's also an indictment of where we're at as a squad, that Brennan Johnson is our leading goal scorer with tap-in galore. And, on one breath, I see it as like, you're a forward. Your job is to do exactly that, score the damn goals. But also, like, you shouldn't need 10 opportunities to score 1 or 2 goals. When we create you 15 chances, I want 7. You know what I'm saying? Or else we ain't creating 15 chances. And so for me, there's a very clear-cut opportunity where he could do something. He's in front of goal. We're 1-1. It's late in the match. No one's really grabbing it with both hands. And he's neither will I. And he shot it, and it went into Fucksville. And then that is way the hell up there. So it's just disappointing. Overall, disappointing not to get the result, because I don't have a lot of confidence going into Schnitzelville, later Hosentown, whatever you want to call it. But when we go there,
Jacob, it's Frankfurt.
And you've got the Braziers pushed up with them German Schnitzelhosens, you know what I'm talking about?
I have no idea what you are talking about.
Percolating with them beer laters.
Wait, hold up.
Wait.
I have no idea what Jacob is talking about. Let me just clarify that. But go on.
Yeah. They love you in Germany. I'll tell you that much. The ladies will love you out there. You have a good time. Anyway, when we go there, I'm concerned because 10 people at Tamworth are able to rattle Brennan Johnson, calling him a shit Ollie Watkins. What is 10,000 and plus of crazy fanatical schnitzel eating motherfuckers going to do to this weak mentality team? But again, the weak mentality is something that's predated much managers that have walked through the door. It's just kind of, there's something in the air conditioning. Maybe it's like pussy fragrance just emanates through the halls, so everyone just smells like pussy. They breathe it in pussy, and then they become the pussy. And that's what it's like at Tottenham for players. You could be a hardened criminal, and eventually the fragrance will get you. The herbal essence, the essential oils, we're going to put it in the air. And but I know you're asking about Frankfurt and how we did against them. My performance, basically not confident. However, I'm on them vibes of fuck it, we ball. It's like going into a fight where you're pretty sure we're gonna all get our ass whooped and your friend's in the wrong. But fuck it, we ball is kind of my mentality, and we'll figure out what happens at the end of the battle. I don't have a lot of confidence, though. Long story short,
anyone who's before I go to De Niro, anyone who stood out for you, like good or bad. So anyone who you mentioned, Brendan Johnson, was there anyone else particularly bad in the game? I heard Madison got
people are going to disagree with me on this, and maybe it's my agenda, bro. James Madison, so many times, bro. Like, how many games I got to watch this motherfucker just doing dog shit, and then he just squeak out.
Often that's an agenda. That's why I mentioned it, because that's what I heard.
They squeak out a little. Oh, he got an assist. He's good, guys. He's good. He's the only creative guy we have, is all I'm told. But then when he's on the ball, he's doing the opposite of creative. He's being destructive. So I don't understand how he's Mr. Big Ball Sag just because he got some hair finally because he went to fucking Turkey. All right. I'm watching him, and just like Son, turning the ball over, shit first touches, bad first passes. Like, the first and second ball are just never really good from either one of them. It's like they need to be catered to in order to play well. And for me, that just annoys the hell out of me. Son, he did a lot to help create that first goal too. I would say just as much as Madison, if not more, to help it happen. However, not enough. You're supposed to be the best player on the fucking pitch, bottom line. But when you look at the evidence surrounding, and this is specifically for Son, I'm watching the intro videos of them walking in, and I'll pull it up and I'll show it to you. I'll show the audience, but it's like the players walking in their first arrivals before they change into their new skivvies, their game day skivvies. It's like the players, right? And Son is walking like me when I wake up. When I wake up, I ain't walking normal. I'm cricking and cracking and shit's, snapping, and you're feeling the every little nook and cranny in your body that has a little bit of not healthiness. You can feel it. And this motherfucker walking like me in the mornings. And I saw that, and I said, I hope he's not starting, because he's clearly not good to go. And whether people want to say he's done or not, that's not for me to decide. That's for him. and it's not really for anyone else to decide. But what I do know is he's not hitting the levels in which I would expect from a son as a huge fan of him and as a huge supporter of his. And I still believe he can get that back, but I think the motherfucker need a rest. He ain't stopped playing. Korea leans on him just as much as we do. So it's like, when does he get to go and just sit in a hammock? I don't think he ever gets that chance. So, but shame on us for continuing to play him. Shame on us for starting Brendan Johnson. And shame on us for thinking that James Madison's our most creative player when he's doing the opposite, being destructive.
And on Ange in the game, lineup, substitutions, tactics, good or
I
bad.
always
where do
feel
you
like the
stand with them?
subs can come sooner. The fact
Okay.
that Tell and company, who else did we bring on? I think it was Jed Spence, 79th minute, Tell 80th minute, Richarlison 88th minute, Sar 79 minutes. That's 80 minutes of football we've seen where shit ain't changing for us. We're just it's like we're constantly waiting for them to get with the fucking program. And I'm getting tired of that. I'm growing impatient with the subs. I want to see them like 50th minute, 55, 60, rather than 70, 88, 85. That's just me personally, and maybe that's because I play FIFA and I think I know it all. I'm not a
Nah,
professional
we all want to
manager,
hear the subs when it's going wrong.
but
That's not a FIFA thing. That's
it's
just in
like
general.
change. It's we're continuing to press up on the D-pad, and we're walking into the door, and it's like, bro, press X, press circle, press something to open the motherfucking door, because it's clear this whole time we've just been walking straight into it. And I'm always kind of just, it feels late with the subs. It feels more reactive than proactive. There's times we've been reactive and it's worked in our favor. There's times we've been reactive and it's gone against us. And it's kind of, I almost feel like he's damned if he does, damned if he makes early subs and they're even shittier and we concede, then whose fault is it? It's his, because we fucking did the subs too soon. So it's like, it's kind of a balance game. But for me, that would probably be my gripe. I had no problem with the starting 11, other than I question why Jed Spence wasn't out there. However, Destiny and Pedro Porro were two of our better players on the day. Even though Pedro Porro, yet again, if you're a motherfucker who's playing Tottenham, guess what? Just run your shit through your left side. Through your left side, you're going to have a lot of space. You're going to have a lot of joy. And there's going to be a Spaniard who might do the splits. He might do the cha-cha slide. He might do the motherfucking breakdancing on his head swivel shit. I don't know what it's called. We don't know what he's going to do. He might defend it. He might defend it and go create a goal on the other end. We don't know. And for me, yet again, we concede a goal from our right-hand side, the opponent's left. And to me, that's just the sun rises on the east, sets on the west, baby. What am I going to do? It's just the way of the world.
Make sure you subscribe to United Spurs of America.
Don't. I've been telling people unsubscribe and they're listening.
No, don't unsubscribe. As batshit crazy as you are, nuttier than a squirrel's jaw side, you're a very, very good content creator, and you're needed. You're very much needed in this space. I say it all the time.
I ain't streamed in over a week now on my own channel.
You won't get there, man. You get streets never forget ballers. You're a streets never forget content creator. No one ain't ever gonna forget you.
Hey, I'll take that. I'll take that to my contribution to the Barclays. Come on,
Yo, that's it. You need that, man. Then what's very roguelike? There's no one like you. There's no one like Jacob as a
for better or worse, tell that to my wife.
There's no one in this space I can be like, oh yeah, they're like Jacob. You know what I'm saying? Like it's the closest to you is Steve, and he batshit crazy too. It's you two. That's what it is. It is, but let's go to De Niro.
I'm curious what De Niro's going to say. Everything I said, I was like, I wonder if De Niro's going to be like, oh, that son of a bitch. Or, because he's a straight shooter, and I appreciate that. So I'm very curious.
That's why he's here. Yes, fam. What are you saying?
Damn, man. Literally. Hey. Yo. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I can't lie, bro. Listen. Now, big up Jacob, man. But you know my stance, man. I ban Tottenham. You understand, bro. You see where it is, bro. For the mental health, bro. You have to stand strong with this club, bro. It's ridiculous, bro. You understand? We're here. We're playing against Frankfurt. To be fair, in that game, what I'll say is we did dominate the game. You understand? I'll be honest, in certain periods, I think like we dominated the game. Obviously, Andrew was talking about it. Obviously, there's a couple statements that I even saw on the internet that he was making, and this is why every time you've seen me come on a pod, I haven't even been able to talk about the football itself, bro. Forget
Mhm.
about the football itself, bro. Man, need to talk about the statements that are just getting made um
Yo,
off of the
the leg.
pitch,
Sorry,
bro.
the thing there with the legs. Yo, the fact his legs are swinging is mad funny.
No,
Bro,
the emotion right
That's
now.
the funniest shit in the
The
world, yo.
emotion.
It's
bro,
the fact that his legs are just in the air on the chair, yo. Sorry, De Niro, go on. Big
bro.
up, Jen.
That's
Big
basically
up,
me,
big
right? That's basically me, bro. I'll be
big
real,
up.
bro. That's basically me, bro. I'll be honest, fam. This is the thing, fam. Like I say, bro,
Go on.
you see the manager, bro. The manager, I seen some statements that the manager was making and all of this, bro. I don't know if you lot saw it, bro. Man is talking about leaks in the
Yes.
club and man was talking
Someone
about
mentioned it in
leaks.
the chat, actually. Someone
Yeah,
mentioned it.
bro.
Where is it? Shout out to It's Just Me. Big up. She's saying here, stitches need snitches need stitches. Happy Friday, everyone. Who do you think is the snitch in the Spurs camp? So what's actually been said before we get to the game? What's going on? Who's this?
Well,
What's who said?
it's
Go on.
basically that the somebody's leaking like injuries, but obviously like they're leaking it in a way where sometimes it's not even like confirmed injury and stuff, but they're just saying it anyways. Like they're just trying to leak injuries basically. But my point that I came here to say was, brother, man doesn't care, bro. Like, bro, if the guys are leaking injuries, I don't care, G. It doesn't
Mm,
affect what happens on the pitch, G.
yeah.
It's different if it's like, all right, cool. Guys are linking tactics, leaking tactics or leaking certain things. Bro, the guy needs to understand that your results are not based on people leaking injuries and that, bro. Doesn't affect you whether it's an injury or not. What's that gonna do for them? You can say
Mm,
that, oh, obviously they'll prepare for this and that, bro. It doesn't matter, bro. I don't care. So all that talk about leaking injuries, no one cares, bro. The main thing is just, you get me, what we do on the pitch. So for him talking about all these irrelevant things, brother, just shut your mouth, man. I'm tired of this guy, bro. Just talking and talking for the sake of talking, bro. You
yeah,
know
to talk.
some man.
Yeah,
Do you know
yeah,
some man? Yeah, they just over talk. Like
yeah,
sometimes you just need to shut your mouth and just
just
keep it short and sweet, bro.
yeah.
You understand? Just
I
bare
hear you.
yapper, bro. Just yappering for what reason, bro? The guy is moving like Bruno Fernandez, bro. Bare moaning and complaining when you're the main guy that's even causing the whole problem in itself, bro. And then
Yeah,
on top of that, this is what I'm saying, bro. The guy's Levy Cartel is true, bro. You understand? The guy facaded us, bro. Absolutely facaded us. And I'm not even here to say that, oh, if the guy doesn't go to another club, he can't do well. But bro, it's not working here, bro. And
yeah,
like I say, bro, I'm on, my stance.
mm,
You man think I'm joking. Everybody thinks I'm joking, but I'm serious, bro. Let man get relegated so that we
mm,
can recoup and be like, hopefully, be like Newcastle and try to get our act together. Because at least them man can win a trophy and we
mm,
can't win nothing, bro. You understand? Man need the way from the top to the bottom. The club is a facade, bro. It's just a girl that put on makeup, but underneath the makeup, bro, she's flipping butters, bro. That is literally what it is, bro. This club is the deadest club. I've had enough, bro. Man's been supporting this club my whole life, bro. Man's seen one trophy, bro. That doesn't exist. I'll keep repeating this again.
mm.
Well, us man are here struggling to beat Frankfurt, whilst man down the road are dunking on Real Madrid. Do you know how embarrassing that is, bro?
That's true.
That's ridiculous, bro. No Tottenham fan can tell me, yeah, Tottenham this and Tottenham that, bro. When you haven't, there's no trophies, bro.
Mm,
No trophies, bro. Man can't even tell me. Guys who are 32 cannot talk to me about trophies at Tottenham. Guys who are 34, you can't come to me and be like, oh yeah, when I was young, bro, brother, you don't remember, bro. You weren't even really actively there, bro, when Spurs were
mm,
winning trophies, bro. So that's why man looks at it like, bro, we can't I can't sit here and start talking to man and breaking down an analysis of games
yeah,
when, bro, there's no analysis to break down, bro. When
I
it
hear you.
comes to the Tottenham section, bro, it's dead food, bro. Us man are the man that make it lit, bro. It's dead. Bro, there's nothing good about the team. There's nothing, even when we get a W, bro, it's like, bro, it's not
Sorry.
even a celebration, bro. When I see Tottenham fans celebrating a W, big you man up, but man's not gonna do that because the W's that we're winning, it doesn't lead to nothing. The whole
Right.
point of us supporting a club is because you want to see silverware, bro. So if you're not
Absolutely.
seeing silverware, you're just supporting the club for the sake of just supporting. Bro, what does that mean, bro? A lot of these championship, like I'll put it like this year, you got championship teams, you got League One teams, you got League Two, yeah? There's teams in those type of leagues that they just win based on that level of football, yeah? And then we're here, bro. I couldn't even tell you that if Spurs got relegated, man would win the championship. Man couldn't even tell you that, bro. No, I can't tell you that, bro. This is
I
where it
get
is,
it.
bro.
I
I
get
can't
it.
tell you that, bro, because it's just too unpredictable, bro. We're so bad that it's unpredictable, but we're just a team that steady just glides through the Premier League based on, and I'm gonna be dark with what I'm about to say now, based on man's rivals. If man weren't rivals with Arsenal, bro, I think we would just be recognized like West Ham and all these guys, bro. It's just the fact that man are rivals with a team that just makes bare noise and they're
I
dead
think
as well.
I do think I do. There is some truth to that. I think you lot being when people are like, oh, why do people care? Because you have rivalries, big rivalries
Yeah,
with
bro.
Chelsea. I think
Yeah,
that does add to it because it's a conversation anytime you play any of those two teams. But go on,
bro.
carry on.
Yeah, them man down the road, bro. Like I'm just being honest. Them man down the road, don't get twisted. They're dead as well. They're basically us, but with a couple trophies, bro. You understand? Them man are dead.
I,
And if you man think you're gonna win the Champions League, you better slap yourself in the face and get reality straight back into your head because you're not winning that. But bro, like I say, fam, like bro, I thought. Listen, I'm one of the Spurs fans, bro. That man's tired, bro. I don't even like. It's just because I gotta, you know what I'm saying? We gotta push Sarcasm City TV to a mill, bro. We gotta
let's go.
push
We
Sheep
gonna get there.
TV to a mill. We gotta push United Spurs of America to a mill. You understand,
Facts.
yeah? So
Facts.
for that reason is why man's here. If it wasn't for that, bro, I can't lie. I can't lie, bro. Man's not doing nothing. I can't lie, bro. Man would sit
I
at home.
appreciate it. I appreciate
Yeah,
you, man.
bro.
For real.
Gee,
I
I'll sit
appreciate it.
at home in peace. You understand? Don't have to think about Spurs. The only time I gotta think about Spurs is when man come here, bro. That's how dark it is. I see man's dad wearing the Spurs shirt. I tell him, bro, you're wasting time. Just burn the shirt, bro. You're just wasting time. For what reason? So, like I say, bro, the people them. I know I do the funny thing, but you sometimes, bro, when I'm doing the funny thing, I'm dead serious.
Nah, there's truth to it. That's what it
It's
is. That's
bro.
why I like you because the way you deliver it is hilarious and what you say, but it's truthful. Like when you
Yeah, bro.
mentioned the rivalry that you have with Arsenal and Chelsea helps. That's why when people say why are they a part of the Big Six, because two of the Big Six they have heated rivalries with. It's not
Bro.
anything minor. I say this all the time. The one of the biggest things I learned from football getting into the space was how despised Spurs are by other London clubs. I didn't
This is
realize
it,
how
bro.
deep. I knew the rivalry was there. I didn't know like it was, especially your one with Chelsea. Obviously, Arsenal I knew, but I didn't know the Chelsea one was as deep as it was.
Yeah, bro.
I had
Do you
no
know why?
idea.
Do you know why man despise us though? I'll be honest.
Go
Do you
on,
know why they despise us so much?
go
Yeah, it's because I would despise a team that just gives bare chattings and they don't win nothing, bro. Did you get it, bro? Like, I would despise guys who are giving me verbal when they've not won nothing. But I'm winning stuff, but you're chatting down there where you've not won nothing, bro. And you're still relevant. It doesn't make sense, bro. It's literally
on.
that, bro. It's literally that. Like we see it all the time. Like obviously I see certain Spurs fans, like I say, I'll send the shot straight again. You're gonna hear me say it clearly. I'll keep sending it, bro. There's certain man that talk about football was not didn't begin in the 2000s, brother. I'll tell you once again, I don't care. Yeah, you man talk about that. Even when you look at the history, don't tell me that there's history here. When Spurs were winning certain things, the name of the cup doesn't even exist in the same way, bro. So don't come and tell me that, yeah, man, we were serial winners because we're not. Yeah, we're not serial winners or nothing. You can talk about a few FA Cups, a few League Cups, and that, bro. I was not there. That's me in it. So for the fact I was not there, I wasn't born when it happened, brother. I don't care, bro. You understand? I need to see something now, and I'm tired of seeing teams like all these small clubs actually going to go and do stuff. Yeah, man can talk about West Ham won the Conference League. Why can't we win the Conference League, bro? You
Facts.
understand? It
Mhm.
doesn't make sense. You
Yeah.
understand? Newcastle won the flipping the Carabao Cup. Why can't we win the Carabao Cup? Manchester United with
We were fighting COVID and a prisoner, so that's pretty tough.
hey. Hey, it's dark, but listen, Eric Ten Hag, bro. That's all I have to say, bro. Eric Ten Hag, bro. The same Eric Ten Hag that man were talking about. And listen, bro, I can't lie, bro. Man's won 2 trophies, no delay, bro. You understand? 2 trophies, no delay, bro.
He
With
did.
Bruno Fernandes. I just want you to read it. With Bruno Fernandes. Mikel Arteta, bro. You understand? Mikel Arteta in the COVID year. The COVID year, man won the FA Cup with them stinky centre backs, bro. What's my man's name? Is it flipping? Flipping the
No, one second. I check now. Give me a second. Go
yeah,
on, carry
bro.
on, carry on.
I think it was that Mavropanos and them, man, bro. Some stinky guys, bro. And
Go on, bro.
still managed to win the FA Cup. And a man want to talk to me about, yeah, Spurs. Yeah, we get close and we do it, brother. Yeah, go check the
Yeah, it was
stats. Go check the
Louise. Right, I'm looking at this. It was like Louise
bro.
Rob Holding.
Look at this, bro. This is what I'm saying. But man want to talk to me about Christian Romero, bro, and all of these big ballers and that, bro. But man, bro, bro. I'm just here to. I'm not even here to analyze football, G. I'm just here to crash, bro. That's all I'm on, bro. I don't.
No, that's fair. That's
Yeah,
why we
bro.
bring you in.
I'm just here to crash, bro. Jacob, I don't even know how you're wearing that top right now, bro. I'll be honest, bro.
That
You
kit
should have,
clean though. I can't lie. That kit is clean. I do like it.
bro.
Hey, I had to go put it on. And it's funny that you mentioned Romero because that's the name on the back.
Hey, that kit stinks, bro. I'll burn it, fam. You understand
Bro,
me? That's what
I'll be honest. I can't lie. I like the kid too, man.
I
I'm a
love
I'm
Tottenham
a
more than I hate Tottenham.
Man are pushing funds for Tottenham, bro.
Hey,
The
bro.
funds that is just gonna go to players
What
like,
should I say, bro?
bro. You
Hashtag. I'm a
nah,
I'm a
bro.
consumer.
You man are
DHgate.
pushing funds for man to
Oh,
go and you man are
what is
pushing
that?
funds for
It's
man to
DH
pay. Wait,
gay. I don't
gee,
buy. I don't buy.
wait,
Hey,
hey.
hey,
It doesn't
all
matter,
I got.
bro. You man are still pushing funds. You man are
No.
pushing
Pushing
the
some
agenda.
Chinese dude to
Wait,
have takeaway
no.
tonight.
You lot, let me land, bro.
No.
You man are pushing
No.
funds. You man are pushing
Uh,
funds, yeah? It doesn't matter whether it's DHK or not. You're pushing the agenda for the merchandise for guys like Timo Werner's wages, bro, to enter this
No,
club, bro.
There's only one
Nah,
thing I
bro.
gotta say.
no.
There's only one thing I
Ryan
gotta
Hill
say, man.
wages, bro.
All I gotta. There's actually two things I gotta say, man. All I gotta say is, man, like hashtag I'm in the payroll. Hashtag in Levy's pockets, bro. Like,
Nah, he's getting mad. He's
if the kid
getting
is
mad.
fighting against fire, fuck it.
Nah, he's getting mad. He's
Ah.
getting mad. He's getting mad. See what Levy's doing to
Alright,
my guys, my
what do they say, man? If it ain't snowing, I ain't going, man. If you go black, you don't go back. Like this is the same.
hey, hey, Jesus.
I'm done.
hey,
It's the same shit. I'm
hey,
dead, man.
nah,
I'm dead, man.
that's jokes.
Yeah, yeah.
What you saying? What you saying though?
So obviously, it was asking Didero about the game, and he was just crashing out on Spurs, which is fair. Like I hear that. I fully and this whole snitch thing. Let me see, because I did star it. Big up to Warriors, Joe.
Hey, whoa, hey,
Like
flawless.
here it is. Go on.
Hang on. Now, how long have I been telling you about who could be the
Yeah,
mole?
yeah, he was the
Who
mole.
is the
Yeah.
guy? Who could it be? The one and only. The thing that I said, everyone said, "Oh, Jacob, you're crazy. All you got to say is those two words," and Jacob get going on a ramble. But guess what? Jacob fucking right. I'm the crazy dude who's been spitting Bible verses on the corner saying the second coming is it's happening, and then it finally happens. And guess what? Now he was right. I am correct. It's Ryan Mason. It's always been Ryan Mason. There's
What
no
makes you
doubt in
say
my
it's Ryan
mind this
Mason?
is fucking Ryan fucking Mason. This
What makes you say it's Ryan
motherfucker since
Mason?
day dot. What?
What
Hey,
makes you say it's
show.
Ryan Mason? I'm asking. Why is he your new
I'm
suspect? What
glad
makes
you
you think
asked.
it's Ryan
I'm
Mason?
glad you asked. And you want to know why? Because
Go on.
it's the same shit I've been hearing since manager after manager. Pochettino, oh, his training is too rigorous. The players are like, ooh, it's too much. And then it's like Jose comes in, oh, it's not training enough. We don't take training seriously enough. He's just fucking around. And then Conte comes in, oh, it's boring and it's too rigid and it's too much of the same. Okay, so either there's a player that's been a constant throughout all these tenures, and he came out with Ainge Postecoglou too as well. Oh, his training is too blah blah blah. My poor little hamstrings. And there's always someone bitching and moaning. And you know what? All my usual suspects have been wiped off of the team, and it's still happening. The same thing is being leaked from the same fucking areas. And guess what? Who's been here the entire time?
Oh shit.
Not even the medical staff is
Oh,
still
so you
here. They
think because
sacked those
he's been
motherfuckers in the summer.
because he's been there the longest, you looking at Ryan Mason and going, it must be you with these leaks.
Bro, he's always been the inside dude. He's the dude who, when the guy dies, he makes all the money. He got the insurance plan on homeboy's head. That's how it's always been.
So you
and that's how
saying
it's always gonna be.
he's leaking this to cause issues so the manager
Oh
gets
yeah,
sacked and then
oh
he
yeah,
gets the
just
job.
right. That's why half of it's the truth, half of it's bullshit, half of it
How many
is
how many
Ryan
times
Mason's
has he-
world, and we
how
all
many-
just live in it.
How many times has he been interim for you lot? Is it like
Oh,
twice?
too many.
How come when
3,
a new
2 and a half?
I'm gonna Google this. How come when a new manager comes in, or let me ask you, Jacob, when a new manager comes in and has his own backroom staff, he keeps Ryan Mason? Why does he always seem to
This
be
is
around?
the thing.
It's a club thing. It's a
Conte
club
said
thing.
no initially in the summer, and that's how we wound up with Nuno. That's how we broke the record with the amount of days that you go without a manager being fucking at your club. It was 76, I think it was. Something absurd, not heard of in any fucking thing. It's never been heard of. But guess what? With Tottenham, we did it, and it's because Conte said no. I won't take Ryan Mason. I mean, I'm saying that as a specifics, but the general was that he wanted his whole entire coaching crew. He didn't want Tottenham's coaching crew. And that was but Nuno was like, yeah, fuck those dudes. I'll work with your coaches. And guess what? Boom.
So he's had two stints with you lot. So from 20th of April 2021 to the 30th.
I know his first game was a fucking cup final, the last one we've been in.
And then his second stint.
And then after Conte.
24th of April 2023 to the 6th of June.
So he did the dual-headed. This is why I say 2.5, because he did the dual-headed monster. It was Masinio Chilinio. Masino Chilin. There goes the balloons. What's up, Basuma? And
it's fuck
he had the dual-headed monster of sorry, I don't know why I keep doing it.
This is what
What's up? Let's see about this guy.
He's a fuck. No, say fuck Super.
But then guess what? That the dual-headed monster of Christian Stellini, Ryan Mason little combo. Since that didn't work, guess what? Then we went sole Ryan, just full-fledged Ryan Mason. When everything falls, guess what? Your girl's gonna end up at her. We're just friends. That's just my friend at work guy. You know what I'm talking about? That's what it is. And Ryan Mason. It's always Ryan Mason.
Yo, can I say all this? Can I say all this as well?
Yeah, go on.
Bro. Oh, R.I.P. to Pub Smoke. He said the best, man. Niggas be out here snitching. Damn snitching. Niggas be out here snitching, bro. I'm saying, bro, I get paid to snitch now. I get paid to snitch now. Like, bro.
And it ain't Eric Dyer. That was suspect number one, I'll be honest. Harry Winks is another suspect. But Harry Winks is just a Ryan Mason light without the head injury.
Oh, I'll tell you, like, I'll be honest. Before this,
bro, they put the him. Now Daniel Levy,
before the leakers, bro, I'll be honest, like, it might just be me, but sometimes you need a couple of leakers out there, man, because there's some people that are getting paid for that, for the leaked news and that. But I'll be honest, I couldn't care less, to be honest. Like, it's not like major things are getting leaked at Tottenham. It's not like something's happening at Tottenham.
Because this is it. So Postecoglou on injury news coming out of Spurs ahead of games. There's no doubt we've got a leak inside the club. I don't know why. It doesn't help us.
Because it was.
So you say it's not a big deal.
It was related to.
Let me tell you this. You say it's not a big deal, but if you can't trust the people within your own fucking home, you're telling me that's not a big deal. Whether the information they're leaking is X, Y, or Z has no value.
I get that. I get that.
Matter. This motherfucker went behind my back and he's leaking shit about. Oh, he wears size XXL Johnsons. And it's like, bro, why you fucking telling me?
Yo, you're getting mad.
Let me but okay, that's fair enough. Maybe I don't really care too much because this is in relation to because on Twitter, I think it was Spurs Lab, Spurs account on Twitter said apparently Erdogan was doing his hammy, and then you had other not leakers, but then you have guys who get sources from the football club saying that he was just feeling something in his hamstring and wanted to just double check it again. But then hours later, you see him arriving with the team at the stadium, so he was actually fine. So whoever was leaking was lying out here, man. But it's just like I'm just talking about from
No,
my
I
perspective.
think
It's just
Haney dangled
I'm just
that
talking
piece
about
out
from.
there. He said, "Let's put that out there. Fake news. Let's see if that leaker leaks it." Guess what? Like a leaky leak. You know about this, Flawless over there at Old Trap Fart. When a leak is leaking, when the rain happens, the leak will leak.
Oh, that's what she said.
Yeah.
But it's just like I said, man. For me, it's just for my personal view. It's just for me, like obviously, if people are mad about it, I don't blame people be mad about it. It's just that I just don't. Like I saw the news and I just kept it stepping like usual, bro.
Oh yeah,
I
Flawless
just
told
be
me
honest.
that real private information that you didn't want to share with anyone. Flawless told me about it, Jez. So,
Bro, bro, flat, bro.
it's no big
Just,
deal.
bro,
It's no big deal. You just said it's no big deal.
chat. If you want to know if you know what we want, if you know
It's
what
no
we
big
wanted
deal.
to discuss, bro.
Let me get
You
to the rest
guys,
of this.
what we wanted to discuss
I want to get
was
to the rest of this. Let me get to this, Jeff. Give me a
all right,
second.
cool.
There's no doubt we've got a leak inside the club. This is crazy to me that he said this publicly. I don't know why. It
Bro,
doesn't
you
help.
gotta snitch, bro.
We've narrowed it down. I've got a fair idea of who it is. Wait, I've
It's
got a
Ryan
fair
Mason,
idea
bro. We
of
figured
where
it
it's
out.
coming from.
You can snitch.
It certainly doesn't help us on game days.
Bro,
It's
guess who?
sometimes
Someone's
half-truths and
squirming after
sometimes
he
more.
said this.
Yeah, it's sometimes half truths and sometimes more. You like to think that everyone with our camp is working with us rather than against us. That is crazy.
If you ain't with us, you against us. You know what I'm saying?
See, can I forget who the snitch
because
is?
guess what? Everyone who's on the end, you tell them now. After I say this shit, I'm gonna say in the press conference. Look who starts squirming. Look who start looking like I gotta go take a poo poo. Look who start acting a little bit different. Because guess what? I bet Ryan Mason had to go take a potty break after Angel's press conference aired. Because that motherfucker is shaking in his little size 8.5 UK.
Oh, hey, Ryan,
let me guess. Let me. No, all I gotta say is here. Let me give me a guess of the leakers. Like Ryan Mason is probably suspect number one.
You might just threw my
bro. He's
right
Hannibal Lecter. Like who?
The thing is here. He's been here the longest, but like he's seen it all, bro. He's seen it all.
There's no evidence to suggest him apart from him being a
bro. I was like, you know what it is? You know what I'm saying, bro? It's like, you know what it is? But nigga is him. Nigga is him. I was like, arrest this dude.
Bro, I'm an eyewitness, and I'll do the lineup, and I'll pick him out of a lineup. I swear.
No, but let me get okay. If it's not Ryan Mason, but if it's not Ryan Mason, yeah. If it's not Ryan Mason, I'll be honest. If it's not Ryan Mason,
it is Ryan. Ryan Mason. There's no one else. It could be.
No. I know that. Yeah. But if I had to guess, if there's another person, outside Ryan Mason, I think it's Ryan Mason too. I bet you it's that little bitch ass nigga Madison, bro. I'll tell you this. I'll tell you it's Madison.
But this shit's been happening since before Madison.
I don't. But you know what? You know what it is. You can have. But you know what it is here. You can have multiple leakers. Let's say like, what if you can have multiple leakers? Like, you know what I mean? If I had to guess somebody, who if it's not Ryan Mason,
there is
I'm
something
telling you Madison
said in his interview.
But I know Madison is the snake, bro. I know he's a snake, bro.
Well, I know he'll sell anyone.
You know what I'm trying to say? If it's not, that's what I say. My suspect number one is definitely Ryan Mason in my eyes. But if it's not Ryan Mason, I'm telling you, it's that bitch ass nigga. It's that bitch ass nigga Madison, bro. I'm telling you.
Well, and I found this because Jed Spence did say something in that interview with Rio Ferdinand that I found was telling. That he said, you know, is there someone y'all go to? Like, do you go directly to the coach when you're not getting minutes and you say like this or that? You say, he's like, well, no, you usually go to the assistant coaches first because you're working with them every day as a player. So to me, there's someone that's working with the players every day, gathering up all the pussy information they want to leak out. And then he says, I'm going to just deal these cards as I see fit. Little shit. I smell it from here. And I'm in Texas. And that motherfucker's in North London. I smell Ryan Mason's snake awkward from here. I'm telling you right now.
This is crazy how you might just throw him under the bus.
Bro, I don't know.
I know it's him, bro. You heard me 6 months ago talk about he's the mole. Talk about where is this info coming from? Who could be the one who's doing this?
You have no tangible evidence then.
I do.
It's
all hearsay.
It's him, bro. It's him.
It's all hearsay. But you circumstantially, I'm drawing
Bro,
those conclusions.
I'm
I
telling you,
don't
bro.
care
Like,
about a
bro,
court of law. This is the court of Jacob. You're guilty, motherfucker.
Yeah,
You've been
but,
guilty
bro,
before this came
it's
out.
him.
yeah.
It's
With the
him.
God, Jacob, yo.
It's
Bro,
him.
it's always
I'm
been
saying,
him. It's always
it's
been him.
him.
Why else is Levy so hell bent? It's so hell bent that he will say, "All right, Conte, we'll hire Nuno instead," because he wouldn't take Ryan fucking Mason on his coaching staff.
Yeah,
Like
It's
that is a
definitely him,
level
man.
of
Bro,
we need
I'll
an
be up, man.
inside man. Like you don't just.
it's definitely him, but like yo,
I can't wait for the truth
but
to
like
come
I
to
said,
light. When the truth comes to
I'm
light, the roaches go running.
what okay, what if it bro? Okay, this is probably my third suspect here. Shock alarm, bro. But what if what if the leak is son? The guy that you don't expect.
He's also a constant. I mean,
That's what I'm
you're
saying.
saying
The
like
guy,
who
that's
did
the
it,
Mr.
in the
Nice,
mystery
Mr.
house.
Nice guy,
He's also
Mr.
in the
Nice guy,
room
bro.
since
What
Poch.
do they say?
He
What
was
do they say about?
for all the managers. He is
I'm just saying,
like
bro.
Ryan
I'm just
Mason.
saying.
You're for all of
I'm
them.
just saying
So,
that long term member of the squad. The saying the nice, like he got the Mr. Nice gimmick too. So nobody would suspect him. I'm saying,
that's
you know
crazy.
how this thing,
No,
you
that's
know
like fucking Liam Neeson shit. At the end, it's
I put some, I
big
put
villain
some
is
in my
son.
board.
No,
I put them under. I'm putting them. On the cardboard. Yeah, that you put on the like GTA when you go on like a mission, bro. Like I said, I'll put Son's face right there too, man. I don't care.
Yeah, yo. Hey, this be Hazy Pal says the league gotta be someone broke like Odegaard. You know, everyone telling joke is crazy. The fact that you, the
why
fact
is
that you,
Odegaard broke, bro?
the fact that there's, hey, people, just to clarify, this is Sarcasm City
Oh,
TV. There is no solid evidence to back up any of these claims as
oh,
Yes,
true.
there is.
No,
Court of
there is
law.
not.
no. Bro, I got you. Bro, Flo, why you saying this? You don't got the answers. You do not have to. Bro, we have the answers, bro. We have the bro. The evidence is literally right in front of us. It's a lot. Like also saying,
I hate that Jez might be onto something because
This like what is
bro, literally
it's
when I
number
was going through
7.
my list of like who's been
It's
here
number
since
7.
Pochettino, and it was like
Why
Ryan
is it
Mason,
happening to be someone
backroom
new?
staff players included. I never thought Son because he's the guy, bro. He's like your guy. You pass him on the street, you wave, he fucking gives you a bag of oranges. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I love this neighbor.
Bro, like, bro,
Him. That might be the
bro,
perfect. I don't want to
all I'm
admit
saying
it.
that you know that,
Player, but
hey, bro, like,
I don't want to
no,
admit
no,
it.
no, bro, like, no homo, but like when you see Son in these with his smile, you don't suspect him.
Yeah.
Never.
Bro, no, bro.
Movies, it's always the
Like, bro.
neighbor you don't expect who's been doing all the crimes.
Well, 1 second, yo. I need to ask something, yeah. First of all, first of all, big up Ryan Mason, bro. You understand, bro?
What
You
the
understand? No. Big up Ryan Mason. Let me tell
Ryan
you why,
Mason,
bro.
that's
Big up Ryan Mason,
Uh,
yeah. Let me tell you why, bro. The guy. Let me tell you why. Big up Ryan Mason, because boom, the guy's a wallad. I understand that he probably is a mole, bro. Yeah, he probably is a mole.
Damn.
But
he was faking the
listen.
hook.
But hear this now. What he's moling on and all of this nonsense is injury news. Man don't care about that. If bro, man, the bro, we've been moling on injury news, brother. If it's not him, bro, it's Sky Sports News anyways, bro. So who cares, bro? You understand? Big up Ryan Mason, bro. I need my man to even take over the job so that, like I said, my agenda of this relegation thing can push, bro. You understand? Because when Spurs hit the reality, that's what I'm on. You see me, I'm on that time, and I need Spurs to wake up, bro, and smell the coffee. Yeah, big up Ryan Mason if you're the mole. If James Madison is the mole, he's a neek. I can't lie. He probably is the second in standing for being a mole. And bro, I got a theory actually, bro. I actually have, bro. I have a
That's not
last.
good, right?
Yeah, nah, James Madison. I can't lie, bro. He deserves to.
No, the word that you used, that's UK vernacular. I'm not familiar with.
Yeah. Sorry. No, it's basically.
Conspiracy. Go
Yeah,
on,
yeah,
Alex.
yes. Oh, yeah. Sorry, the conspiracy. I think he was asking about the James Madison thing. I'm saying basically like he's
You know,
the
you said
second.
he'd be a neek.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. That means that he's like let's say I don't like to use, but pussy. Basically, he's like
Okay,
that's
okay,
it. Yeah.
checks out.
So
I agree with that. Even if he's
then
not the leaker.
basically, yeah. So then exactly without it, and then my conspiracy is this. obviously we're all going at Ryan Mason now, bro. But we need to remember, bro, yeah, this Ange guy, bro, man just likes to talk, you know. In my opinion, bro, he could be the blood clot leak, bro. I'll be
Bro,
honest.
he lies a lot. He
Bro,
lies
he
a lot,
lies
bro.
best, bro.
He
I
lies, bro.
can't
He
lie,
told
bro.
me, bro, that nigga told me
Bro,
Kulusevski's gonna be back early. He's
bro,
still not back.
he's a serious liar, bro. I can't lie, bro. You man need to remember, bro. Don't get
Well, other
twisted, bro.
people failing to do their job wouldn't constitute me saying he's a liar. I would say he's hypocritical with some of the things he says for sure. But I don't know if hypocrisy necessarily dictates lying.
Nah, man, he's a liar, man. I'm showing you, bro. He's a liar. He just talks for the sake of talking. You know,
Partly, I'm just having
Bro,
fun,
he
but
has
I'm
to.
just
That's
pushing
what I don't
agendas, bro.
understand.
Fuck
Like,
it.
I work in sports. I used to work in sports
Oh.
media, I should say, and I've seen it. It's like managers. There's either you talk too much or you talk too little. There's when you have a certain opinion of the guy, there's not going to be. If he didn't say enough, you'd be like, "Look at this pussy. He's hiding.
nah,
He ain't
bro.
saying
Talk,
enough."
talk, talk, talk too little, bro. You talk
I'd
too
say that.
little. I'm on that, bro. Talk too little. I don't care what I'm talking for me. I don't know about other
Yeah,
guys.
and see that's the
Me,
thing. It's like as a person in front of the camera with a microphone under your mouth, it's things you say are not going to necessarily go over well with 100% of the people listening, whether they're supporters of the club or not. And so
Because
I see it a little bit of
be,
like
bro.
you're not getting
the fact
results.
that he
That's the
talks too
issue.
much. I mean, do I like some of the shit he says? Not all the
He
time.
talks
Some of
too
the shit he
much,
says
bro.
I really do like, but some of the stuff it is just like you didn't you could have just stopped the sentence there. You
Can
could
I
have
ask you a
said
question?
that part and then not, but he's like me. He
And
fucking
people,
rambles a little bit. Can I blame the guy for extenuating
yes, you
on?
can. You know
Yes.
why? Because he's managing Tottenham Hotspur Football Club.
Yeah,
That's
bro.
why.
Yeah, bro. Hey, listen.
I got a microphone. I mean, if I just start
Yeah,
fucking
but you're
talking,
not
I mean, hey,
you're
you
not
know, start talking about
managing
the
you're
moon
not
made of cheese,
managing
whatever.
Tottenham Hotspur Football Club. You're managing United Spurs of America, which is what we want. We tune in to hear the rambles. You've built your whole franchise off it. That is
Bro.
whereas he's not winning football matches. If you was putting out terrible content, we ain't trying to hear what you gotta say. But you put out great content. So therefore we trying to hear what you gotta say. When you've lost more matches than you've won, we ain't trying to hear what you gotta say. And you saying who we are, mate, and
I
all
mean,
this
I do
rubbish.
get it. It is
Yeah,
like
bro.
put the
This is
fries in
who
the
we are,
bag
mate. And
at
bro.
certain
Bro,
points. I
I'll give you an
agree.
hey,
example.
but like I said, man, like, bro, I'll be honest, bro. Like, I don't think he's the leaker, but just like you know what I'm saying. It's like those guys be all just snitching, but they're part. Like you know the one meme, yeah, where like guys be acting like they're not part of the crime and just
Bro.
walking away from the crime scene.
Yeah,
No,
bro.
there's
This
one
guy's the
video.
same guy. This is the
Let me
same
find the
guy that
video.
No,
just cut
Let
he
me
his
just
find the
head.
video.
he just casually walks away from the
Yeah,
edge.
Bro.
Bro, we saw
Gee.
you get out of that car.
Jez, he's the
Let me
same
find the
guy.
video.
Jez, he's the same guy that cupped his ears at the same man that are sitting here today, bro. And man can't tell me that he's not part of that, bro. There's no way, bro.
Bro,
This is the same
hey,
guy that cupped his ears at you, man. I just want you to
situationally,
know that.
okay, like when you dissect it and you look at it from like I guess like the queen's menu, you'd probably say that's not allowed at the dinner table with the queen. However, as a competitor, as a guy who is very competitive like myself, I see it as, you know, when people are saying you don't know what you're doing or you don't know or whatever they were saying about like he doesn't know what he's doing when he subbed
Yeah.
Bergvall off for Sar, and then the direct result of his substitution was a goal, a banger of a goal that got ruled off, but it was a banger of a goal from Sar when they said, you don't know what you're doing. And then what he did directly led to a banger of a goal. It is a little bit like, what's up, bitch? Let me hear you talk now, you little pussy. Oh, you paid 100. Oh, I paid 100. And it's not even over 100 quid. They're like, I paid 60 quid and you cupped your ear at me. Therefore, I'm upset. It's like, bro, I don't care if you paid 180 quid. Just because you paid money doesn't give you a right to like verbally abuse another individual. Yeah, you get to show your disdain, your pleasure, or your displeasure with an event, right? If I go to Hibachi and I pay the fucking chef $200 to flip the fucking steaks around and do the flaming onion tower of bullshit, and it turns out that
$200.
it's
You better be
shitty,
fired. You better
I
be
would
fired.
verbalize it, but I wouldn't be like, you fucking wanker, you piece of shit, you
Hey,
no clue, you
don't,
know what
if
you're
that's the
doing, you
case,
little
but
hibachi chef.
Jacob, hear
It's
this,
like,
yeah?
bro, just because you paid your money doesn't mean you get to go talk all the bullshit and
Jacob,
then
if that's
whine
the
if it
case,
comes back your way.
Jacob, if that's the case, then don't be a football manager, bro. Go and sit at home. He should go and sit at home and then just not do it anymore. Man, know what this football thing comes with, bro. If you're gonna be a manager, you better be ready for man to start calling you all types of names above whatever. You understand? This guy, yeah.
I can see that argument.
deep it. Yeah,
I
let
can
me
see that side of it.
yeah, because
Like,
the
I'm not
reason
going to
why I
be
say that is
defensible.
because you see, if you're going to a game, yeah, and remember you're consistently going to a game. Certain men are going to games consistently, bro. They're hitting the stadium, they're hitting away and home, yeah. And then you're paying a certain amount. Obviously, that's on their side as well. No one's telling you to pay that amount, but you're doing it, yeah. They're putting funds into the club for a man to come and cup your ears up. I don't care what man call
Yeah,
you.
talk your
I don't.
shit.
I don't even care
Talk
what no
your
one. Because
shit.
let me tell you
I
this. I
like
could
the
give you.
energy.
I
It's
could give
matching
you.
that
Yeah.
energy.
Because I could give you an example of where anybody can get crucified for doing stuff like that. Let me give you an example. Yeah, flipping Granite Xhaka. Yeah,
I'd
when
have
my
cut my
man
balls if
did
I was
it. Yeah,
Postacoglu personally.
yeah, Granit Xhaka did the same thing. Was lifting his hands to Arsenal fans and all types of whatever. I don't agree with
Yeah,
man saying
that was fucky's what
yeah,
fucky
bro.
what he did there.
Exactly. I don't agree with guys threatening families and that. That's the
Yeah,
part where it
that's
goes
too far.
back past. But what I will say is, when man are just calling you all names on the earth, bro, you gotta charge it for the action you made,
So
and
then
then
why is it so bad that he cupped his ear? If you could talk
because
all the shit, why can't he do this? That's
because
better than
because
what I would have done.
no, but there's a difference. You see
Go on,
why?
keep on,
Because
go on,
you
Joe.
see, because Xhaka, when Xhaka did what he did, after that, I can't lie, he started performing. You understand? This guy, bro, I can't lie. Since you've cupped your ears and whatever, obviously it's not been that long since he done it, but what I mean is like I don't see any results coming. But if you're gonna cup your ears, brother, you better win. You better win that Europa League, bro. That's what man's talking about. You better go and win that you because if you're a bad boy, let me tell you something. This is how I see things. Yeah, I'm gonna take this away from football. If you're a bad boy, bro, you better prove you're a bad boy. You know, when you start making decisions like that, I hope that you prove you're a bad guy, bro. Because if you're gonna do that, you better be a bad guy. And when I say a bad guy in football terms, go and win that Europa League, bro. Since you wanna cup is because I don't know the man that cup is and that such like Mourinho who used to do it. Them man can do that, bro. You understand? Because them man there, they do the serial winning thing. Man can talk about this guy's a serial winner where he was before, but not in the leagues where I'm at. You understand? Mourinho's done it in the leagues where I'm at, bro. So I need to come and see this guy go and win certain things. This is what we do, mate. All of that Australian thing that my man was saying. Go win the Europa League, bro, and then I'll take back my statements.
Would you
Until
like it
then,
better if he said in it
bro,
instead of
yeah,
Nate? Would that be
bro.
better?
Bro,
Would
he
you be
could
like
just, or
more
he could,
harsh or less
nah,
harsh?
bro, nah, he could just
Because this
shut
like
up.
Australian
He
thing
could
is so
just,
weird to me.
nah, he could just, what he could do, this is my thing, bro. Forget this is who we are, mate. Even if he spoke like me and he was like, yeah,
Bro, it's
well, go
just
on. If he,
words.
no. Hear what I'm saying? It's not just the words, it's the way you produce the words, yeah? There's a way he said it. It's an arrogant way. It's the same way as if I'm like, I'll give you a slang word, yeah? I'm gonna get that sorted, my brother. Something like that, whatever. I don't care, bro. It's the way you're saying it. So, like I say, he needs to go and win Saturn since you want to be arrogant and talk like that. This is who we are, mate. But if you said that to me, if I say to you, this is who we are, mate, and that's an Australian thing that they say, yeah, if you say that, that's fine. But the way you're saying it is still arrogant. So make sure the arrogancy that you're producing, you go and win that. And if that's not the case, and you know you're not gonna do it, then just don't say anything, bro. Just say,
Yeah,
listen,
I agree with you on that sense. Like, it's
this
like
is
a
my
dude at the
policy.
gym missing every
Yeah, bro.
layup and he's talking the most shit. It's like, bro, you
It's
were
because
not
of the
supposed.
arrogancy. You've
I
come.
get that.
It's the
And I
arrogancy.
get the comment from Benny, like he's in 14th place, he can't cup his ears to anyone. I'm just saying, and everyone said I'm defending it. I'm not defending it. I'm rationalizing it. I try to understand from a human perspective
It is,
why
you know
this
what it
person,
is.
whether I agree or
But you know
disagree,
what the
what
problem is,
would be
Jacob?
the reasoning for that? Sorry,
It
Flawless.
screams of just sorry to cut you off of lack of self awareness. You are being criticized because where Spurs are at. That's where the issue lies.
But in that
Oh,
moment, it wasn't about 14th, 15th, 13th, whatever the fuck. It was about taking Bergvall off for Sar.
yeah,
And then a direct result of
yeah.
that was a goal that eventually got ruled offside.
Mm-hmm.
But in the moment of that goal being scored, as a competitor, if they were like, Flawless can't shoot with his left, Flawless is a bitch with his left. I heard
Yeah.
Flawless is a fucking pussy with his left. And then you go score a fucking rocket from outside the box with your left, you're just gonna, hi
No,
guys,
I
thanks for
understand. I
paying
have to
the
be
away
like the
money.
side. You know what
No,
it
you're
is?
gonna be like, keep talking that shit.
Scott. No, because it's my own fans. I know it's not coming from a place of hate for fans. Because one thing about football fans is, in particular, match going fans, away day fans. Very, very loyal. So for them to turn around and boo, it's rare. It's a rarity that fans get on the case of players, of their own players or their own manager. Like I said, in particular, away from home. Even when it happened with Xerxes, that happened at OT. And in the next game we played away, they're singing his name. They're
They
your
they turned
loyalists.
on Conte, they
They're,
turned on
they're your
Poch, they turned on
hardcore. Yeah,
Jose.
they did, but results is key. That's where the issue lies. You can't perform the way you put your. It's not just that decision. It's more so all of your decisions have led us to where we are at. That's where the issue lies. It's like the
So
Onana
when
situation.
Jose's
In life.
decisions lead us to
So,
a cup final, but a shitty
mhm,
league position, and they all
yeah,
say this isn't good enough, he needs to be sacked. What is that then?
but
Because
that's
that's
a
exactly
it's a mix.
Bro,
But he never had you like this. You were never bottom half with Mourinho.
no,
That's
not
where the
this
issue
far
lies.
into a fucking season. That's for damn
And
sure.
that's where the problem lies. Like when Expressions talks about it and he goes, it was bad under Conte, it was bad under Mourinho, it wasn't this.
bro.
That's where the issue lies. Yeah,
Because
go
there's
on.
a thing that I think people forget in regards to Jose and Conte. And like, just remember, you're throwing Ainge's name into the conversation with two of the greatest managers in
Yeah,
the
facts.
last 10 years, right? So, I mean, to me, I think of it as this. Ainge doesn't have the tactical ability to cover all the cracks at this club like a Jose or a Conte could, like a Harry Kane with a younger son working together, Batman and Robin curing Gotham of all the Jokeritis. But guess what? It's them still wasn't enough to get us over the line. But then a guy who doesn't have the ability of any of the aforementioned names comes in and is just struggling with us because it is
Yeah.
an amalgamation of where we are as a club, and they say it's his fault.
He
I don't
talks like he does,
believe
though.
that because it's been that way for a
But
long time. And it's like they could only do so much. I had hope that Jose could do so much, and we fucking sack him right before a final. I have
yeah,
hope Conte could do so much, and then we sack him because he said this club, these men, these players, they don't like to play
yeah.
under the pressure. And then
You
he's
just,
right, but then when the players don't want to play under pressure, it's Ainge's fault. But they've been
you
doing that
just,
since before Ainge.
but you just literally just proved exactly what I just said. You proved everything I just said, bro. For that case, you're that man. You're not like them. So why do you talk so much? Like you are like that. That's the problem. If you're somebody that doesn't talk too much, don't be trying to put yourself in the same bracket. Listen, I'll go back to that statement, and everybody keeps saying there's context in what he said. There's no one forces you. I don't care what anybody says, no matter what media or whatever you want to do. If you want to stand up against something, you can do it. No one forces you to say certain things that you decide to say. Yeah, this guy said in my second year I win. Okay, cool. Yeah, in your second year you win, but it's not the same place, bro. You could literally just be like,
He didn't
listen.
technically say that. It was a question that was
Yeah,
asked that he was clarifying their incorrect statement within their question. So
but this,
I understand everyone's taking it and run with it, and he kind of even doubled down on the people who run with it. He said, "We'll just have to see, won't we?" And so, like, yeah, I do agree. Like, I don't completely disagree. I just think that like it's not always fair to the situation or the contextual evidence that's around these particular events that people have harped on for so long. Not just De Niro, like in regards to the thing you just said, but like in the grand scheme of things, it's like every little moment there's an issue with he said this or he didn't do that. His hands were in his pockets. Oh, I haven't heard that because there's shots of him yelling at players now. So now there's not the whole he just stands there like a statue. But then if he does and there's no shots of him doing it, I just the fluctuation and
I hear that the
the
hands in the
shit is all the
pockets.
same shit I heard about every other manager before him as well.
The
So
hands
it's
in the
like
pockets, the people are there, they're dragging. I don't know what they're talking about. Hands in the pockets, so they're just chatting rubbish, bro. I don't know what they're on. But I'll be real. What I'm on with this manager is just some of the stuff that comes out of his mouth, bro. That's me personally. And the reason why I say that I can talk like this and say that mine is not from a biased point, everybody can vouch. I didn't even say Ange out for a minute, bro. I even tried to even try to do the part of like, you know what? Obviously, my man's come in the first season he came in and he put us in a good position, and then obviously we fell off kind of after that. Certain players got injured. I was with it, bro. But regardless of anything, I look at other teams in this league, bro. We're not as bad as other teams, bro. We shouldn't be sitting where we're sitting. If you're on the in the bottom half, sorry, if you're on the maybe if we were like ninth or 10th, I would even say, you know what, it is where it is, isn't it? Bro, man, I'm really looking at the relegation zone, and then I'm looking at Spurs. And it's not to say I know we're not gonna get relegated, even though I've been advocating for us to. But I'm just looking at it, I'm thinking, relegation, Spurs. Relegation, Spurs. And then I'm thinking to myself, Tottenham Hotspur, relegation, Spurs. Okay, but relegation, Spurs. This is crazy, bro. And then on top of that, I don't care. The same United that we slapped, bro. Yeah, are still sitting on top of, man. Come on, but I'm not hearing it, bro. This guy's and do you know what is and this is where I'll come in with what Jacob says. Yeah, this is why I hear Jacob. The problem is that we're all arguing different facts, but it just leads to one guy, bro. This is actually the reality. It just leads to one guy. And that one guy is making us, man, seem like we're all arguing over something. But it's what we're arguing over. It's just Ange is holding the corn for another guy. But the problem with Ange, the reason why he's holding the corn is because of, for me, on my side, I don't know about you lot, but it's statements, bro. So I'm looking at him like, bro, if you just shut your mouth, you understand, bro, and just keep it short and
I
sweet.
think he elected to be the shield.
This
And
is the problem, bro. That's it. It's like
So that's why it's like at the end of the day, you're right. He did say, put all that on to me. And they start putting it all onto him, and then he starts getting, like a human would. Spicy, snippy, a little bit.
because he says here,
A little bit, what's up with that shit you was talking?
This is just some interesting comments. So he says, you try to keep the circle of information pretty tight. I don't understand why people would do it, especially if they're so-called in our camp, because I don't know how it's helpful to us. It certainly doesn't seem to be helpful to us. It's not agents. Definitely not agents. The stuff that's coming out is pretty specific. The language used is not by agents. It's definitely not the players. Damn. Yo, he's really pointing away. Man, the language used is not agents. And he's saying it's definitely not the players.
He's like, I've been planting little,
That's crazy.
and guess what? There's only a certain amount of people who know what I've been saying in that regard, and it ain't the players. So it ain't Son. Jazz, you can hold that. It ain't Son.
Yeah, Jazz, hold that. Jazz, hold
Korean Jesus.
I don't know if he's there.
It's Gareth Ryan Mason, though. Definitely, it's definitely
fucking Ryan Mason.
Wait, what did I say? Wait, what?
Yo, he's saying here. Angie's saying that no, it's back to this. Angie's saying it's not the players and it's not agents in regards to the information.
So what do you say? My headphones are so quiet. Say it again.
That dude get killed in a Russian mob story instantly.
Yeah, he said it's not that. He said it's the agents. He said it's not the agents and it's not the players. Ange Postecoglou said that. That's what he said.
He said it's someone from our so-called camp. He cooked that motherfucker, bro.
Bro, I'll be honest, bro. I'll be honest, low key. I would have respected him more if he would have just snitched and just say his name, man. Fuck it. Fuck it, man.
2 marks as well, man.
Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do, man.
It says Flawless. Can you talk about the atmosphere at the Spurs game? The Germans were very loud for 93 minutes. I heard our fans loud 4 or 5 times. Someone mentioned to me, I can't remember who it was.
I literally said the last week. I'm literally the German. Like what?
Spurs fans are late with that.
Bro, like what's it called? Like I keep saying this. Like when it comes to German teams, and it's even across Europe, but specifically German teams. That's why I even said like when I see well, look, fuck it, I'm not even staying respectful. But if I see niggas say they want Eden Tilsik, you don't know football, because one thing German teams do is, regardless of how bad the team is, you will always see an atmosphere where you can actually be like, and as a manager, comfortable doing a game. I lived literally 14 years of my life in Germany. I've been to German games. That's why I always say, when I see Chelsea fans speak about the atmosphere, or if I see United fans speak about the atmosphere,
Chelsea playing? What league is that they played for? Because that stadium was fucking rocking.
Polish.
Sorry, what? So what did you say?
It was Legia Warsaw, Polish.
Was that
Poland? Polish team.
Some Poland fans are like, they were literally, you could see it on the TV. They were all jumping and moving as one little unit. It was crazy.
No, but this is what I'm trying to say is that when I see Premier League, when I see Premier League fans in general speak about the atmosphere, forget your own team. Every fucking stadium in England here sucks from an atmosphere perspective. When you go outside from actually England and actually look what's happening, like that, and I'm not surprised that like this is the Frankfurt fans they do it every year when they're in Europe. They do it every game when they're in Germany and play like this. Imagine if you had, I don't know, Dortmund coming, or if you had Bayern coming, or like probably the deadest atmosphere is probably RB Leipzig, but that's only because they're a new football club, and even their atmosphere is good. So it's like I always say when it comes to Premier League teams, when us is a lot of Premier League teams, in my opinion, can learn. Yes, I know there's a whole thing about what happened in the past and how it stopped, but just because these things happen in the past doesn't mean you cannot try your best to create an atmosphere where a team can actually play well without feeling like the pressure from the football fans. Yeah, shit. I understand the whole thing of like when the team is playing bad, it's hard to support a team, but this is also violent in Germany. Even if you go down and see the worst sides of the teams, you see it. I mean, it happened this season. It happened last season or before, previous seasons before. Man, get and you see it in France as well. You see it across. You see it across Europe. Teams be getting cussed out by like that little group of fans that obviously all these football clubs have, and they're getting cussed out by them after the game. Straight after the game, whole team is there. But again, it's just it's more of an English problem, and how the how the I don't know how to explain it, but it's just a completely different culture. It's a different culture, and I
There was
feel
a
like if
dude.
England,
There was a
if
fan
English
for
teams,
Frankfurt.
sorry what?
He had a megaphone.
Yeah, this is
Now,
normal. It's
Wait,
it's normal
wait. Someone had a megaphone in the Frankfurt end.
in the
yes.
end.
So
Yeah, but that's
A,
not. But that's
either
not. But
they
that's normal.
allowed it
That's
to
normal.
get in, they snuck it in, and we didn't
Yeah.
know, but it was on the
How
fucking
you get in?
TV.
No, but
But
that's
why
no.
isn't there
They have it.
people with megaphones in our fucking crowd
No, but this is
picking up,
what. But this is what.
screaming some
But,
Hope
but,
Zolzy Laban?
but this is what I was talking about. It's like is how like home is supposed to be the stadium where like regardless of how the game is necessarily going, you want to create the best possible atmosphere to give your team the best possible chance. Like I hate this whole narrative or like that's why I always find Liverpool atmosphere overrated or the Emirates Stadium overrated because like their fans maybe loud for maybe 5-10 minutes and then stay quiet for the rest of the game. Go to a game in Europe and go to a mid-table game between Stuttgart and Wolfsburg and see how the atmosphere looks like there. So yeah, I generally think it would help a lot of teams here in England just to it would only strengthen most teams in my opinion. Like if you want to cuss out the team after the end of the game. Give your team the best possible. That's why I think a lot of managers that I sometimes say, bring them here, they would so much better. Nah, it doesn't work. I feel like it doesn't work like that. And but it's a whole different debate. This is the debate about what you can speak on a Q&A or whatever. But whole point is here. Um, yeah, like Frank, but I'll be honest, like we have to win that game because if you think this was good, watch if you go to the stadium next week there. Because that not only are the fans crazy over there in Frankfurt, but also their what's it called? Their stadium is huge as well. It's a huge stadium for a team like Frankfurt. Like
Okay.
you wouldn't imagine
Are they
you
a
wouldn't
good side
imagine.
in your opinion? You think they're a good side?
No, we should have beaten them. What did I tell you from the start of the Europa League? From the start,
You said this actually. I
I
think
told you
what
this
you
from the
said
start of the. You have teams with certain qualities who have certain qualities and certain players who are of quality, but it's a free run. Everybody can win the Europa League regardless of how bad you are. That's why I said I'm not scared of Frankfurt. The reason if we get knocked out next week is because of us, not because I think Frankfurt is amazing. I mean, shout out to Hugo Etitike. That was a cold finish, but I don't think I don't think I don't scare none of these teams. I'll be real.
no,
I'm just not.
the results
And
open my eyes.
it just proves the fact like if all these teams were that good as they are, they should have battered us. Like we getting buttered nearly left, right, center. We get buttered left, right, centers, and but every team nearly. But when it comes to Europa League matches, man is not comfortable, but we find a way to get through these games. We find a way to find the goals. So I'm not necessarily sitting here. I'm not necessarily scared of any of the games. Like it's like the only team that can beat us in this Europa League is us. Maybe Man United if we play Man United in the final, if it's even a situation that happens, or maybe Bilbao. But that's it. Man. So it's like I do think we can still beat Frankfurt, yes, but one thing, and this is a not historical, but it's been a big issue even and the time when Pochettino was here. This team struggles. This team struggles in big away games.
The hostile environment.
The hostile environment, and Frankfurt is another hostile environment. That's why I would have preferred Ajax to go through it instead of them, because I know at least for the away game, I'm not necessarily too scared about Ajax. And not even scared, but not worried about the Ajax atmosphere compared to like a Frankfurter one. But I think we can still beat them. Yes, they have good players, but they're not special. They're not.
Yeah.
And I told everybody before going in, like, when I see man say we're gonna get battered and that, no, we're not gonna get battered, man. I literally watched the Bundesliga on the week. RB Leipzig earlier today nearly battered a 3-0 lead.
Damn.
And they should have battered it today as well. And there's one of the better teams in the league.
This set of results in the Europa League, like this round, really did open my eyes when I seen it. I was like, this competition.
That's why I keep trying to tell
you
people.
You did say this before the round, but when I seen the results, I was like, what the fuck?
Like, I wasn't shocked. Like, the only thing I was probably shocked with Bilbao because Rangers had a man down. And even Bilbao, like, they had a missed penalty. They couldn't score a penalty. They had offside goal. Like, they battered them because they had a man up. But they couldn't get the goal at the end of the day. They're lucky that they're probably going to the game game at home now. They're probably going to win that game. But this Europa League is not quality, man. Like, we literally watched what we just saw in the Champions League. And then man want to talk about Conference League and Europa League, like, bro. Like, honestly, like, I couldn't, like, I'll be honest, like, I don't really give a fuck about the Frankfurt game like that. Like, I just don't, like, all I care of the seasons for the Champions League games, man. Like, this is where the real quality is. That's it, and maybe a couple games from different leagues. That's it, man. Like all I can say is, like, I think we should have won the game. And that's not, to be honest. Like, shout out to Carl. I give a shout out to Carl Santos, good goalkeeper right there. He's been good for Frankfurt. Dino Topmüller, Topmüller, yeah, Topmüller. I think he's a decent coach. But you can see his talent. Like, if they had Umar or if they had Mamouche, it would have been a different game because they had to change the system mid-season because he left.
Yeah, because he was key to what they had going on.
Because him and Etika, it was a monster due for like that half of the season. That's why Frankfurt was doing so well. But once he left, Frankfurt still doing alright, but they're nowhere near close to what the team was doing the first half of the season. So this is why I say I'm not, like, if you can shut down Etika, which again we didn't do in the first 6 minutes, you saw what happened. The team from a going forward perspective don't have a lot of quality. Shit, they're still running Mario Götze, bro. They're still running out Mario Götze, bro. So yeah, like, I'll be honest.
Wait, Mario Götze is at Frankfurt?
Yeah, the Frankfurt, bro.
Really?
Yes, he's still kicking, bro.
Damn, I had no idea. Obviously, I haven't.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This is who they're running around with, bro. So,
bro, their captain is the old Leeds captain, Robin Koch.
Really?
Yeah. Like, bro, they got some guys who've been playing for a long time still. Like, with a couple of young players too as well. Like,
that Bahoya, that kid's fucking good.
Yeah, go on.
Who do you say? Because my headphones are so quiet. What do you say?
Bahoya, number 19.
Oh, yeah.
Frankfurt, that dude's good.
Like, they have a couple of young players, like, obviously Etitika, Hoyer, Carl Santos, Nathaniel Brown, Hugo Larson. They have players, but again, not to be scared of. Like, it's just like same when I said to you, when United Lyon, it's like, yeah, Lyon haven't mixed. That in recent times they've been worse than what they've been in the earlier part of the season, but I don't think that necessarily Lyon is like a big hurdle to overcome. Like, it's beatable. It's just about being executed. Like, what do I say about Champions League matches? Is that it's a small margin that make the difference. And as we saw, the small margin happened for both games. To be honest, like, we couldn't finish the opportunities that came. Some of them unlucky. Some of them got to do better. But this is what it is, man. This is what it is when you play knockout stage football.
I big up to Sheik as well in the chat. Make sure you subscribe to Sheik TV, man. Big up my bro Sheik every single time. Make sure and subscribe to United Spurs of America. Link's in the title, people. The link is in the title. Click the link, opens up a new tab. Go subscribe to Jacob's channel. and find out what he's got going on over there. Over here. Run up the likes though, you know. Over 40 people in the building. Girls up to 40 likes. Like check 1212. Like check 1212. Let's run up these likes. Hey, mods, get everyone hitting that like button. Subscribe if you haven't, and that's whether you're watching this live right now or watching this back after the live. It all helps grow to 15K people, and continue to get your questions in before we do close out in the next 10 minutes or so. Keep it United or Spurs. Yeah, go on, Jez. What was you gonna say?
Oh, I was just saying, sorry, but like, I just literally had pop one of my proudest moments. One of my youngsters from my academy on FM got promoted to the Portugal national team for the first time, and that, hey, nah, I'm gassed. I'm gassed. Sorry, I know, but that's more important than sports these days. But
before
but nah,
actually
sorry, I'm gassed. I'm gassed.
before we do, Jacob will go to you. The Frankfurt, the away leg.
Oh, me? Oh,
Confident
Jacob.
now. Go to Jacob. Yeah, Jacob.
Oh, yeah.
Confident going into that game after what you've seen? Not confident, considering how you've struggled in hostile atmospheres away from home in big games.
Not confident at all, because I've actually heard of the city of Frankfurt, but I'd never heard of Alkmaar. I thought it was in Saudi Arabia, but it's in the Netherlands. And we lost 1-0 there because it was 14 fucking Dutch people, you know, I guess smoking a doobie in the stands and yelling at us. And that's enough to rattle us. Again, 10 people at Tamworth can rattle us. 40,000 people. I'm assuming that's near and around what they hold at their stadium.
I think it's like 50K, but I might be mistaken.
Cool. So even 10 more rowdy motherfuckers. To me, confidence isn't high, hope isn't high. I'm just, yeah, man. I'm the car. The gas tank is on E, but we're still fucking driving. You know, there's still a little gas left in there. Let's see how much is what I would say, because I don't have confidence that we're going to get very far. I haven't really since our performance versus AZ. And then our subsequent performances, you know, in the Premier League haven't really filled me with the utmost joy and the utmost confidence either. I just don't really know what version of Tottenham are going to show up, because, you know, if we did look hungry though. I mean, we're playing at home in a European quarterfinal. You got to imagine there's a little bit of something, but I just don't have confidence that we're going to carry that same kind of into an away fixture of a greater magnitude, you could argue, because it's the second leg. So I wasn't confident at all when they announced the order in which that it would be home first, then away. When they said that, I was like, yeah, I don't really feel confident about that. Like, maybe if it was 1-1 going into Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, I could be like super confident about that. Whereas right now, for it to be 1-1, essentially it's all to either lose or win. And, you know, I don't like our chances if we go to extra time. I don't like our chances if we go to PKs. I don't feel real great about it. But that said, my prediction 2-1 Tottenham. We're through to the next round.
Yes.
Somehow, some way, we don't need to stop at the gas station. This fucking thing just keep moving.
What are you saying, man? Second leg. Confident, not confident. What are you saying?
Well, Tottenham Hotspurs. You know what? I'm gonna give. Actually, now ban that. I was gonna say I'm gonna give them one more chance. Ban that, man. Hey, listen, I can't lie, bro. T1, T1 Frankfurt, bro.
Damn.
Can't lie, bro. You know why? Should I tell you why?
Go
Because
on.
let me just clarify. Because see, this how you know I'm not even with this team, bro. I don't even care. Did we play at home or away again? The last game
So wait, when?
at
We
home.
play
We
at
played
home.
at home, minute, or was it away?
Yeah, home.
Yeah, we're done, bro. Yeah, T1 Frankfurt is done, man. I can't lie, bro. Spurs crumble. You see them German fans, bro. The crumble is about
Bro,
to be
they're
dark, bro.
crazy, bro.
Yeah, it's about to be dark, bro. I remember seeing
1,000
Spurs
of them
get,
in the stadium were louder
bro.
than.
Jacob, I'll
By
even
the way,
show you this,
it's 58K, not 50.
bro. Jacob, I'll even show you this. Yeah, let me even tell you this. I remember I went to a Spurs game. I think it was 2010 or 2011. And this was back when White Hart Lane was the smaller stadium. And bro, we got outsung by Blackpool, bro. with when Charlie Adams was there. And from that day, I've always looked at Spurs fans as, bro, the atmosphere is hit and miss. You understand? Sometimes it's alright, sometimes it's you get. So yeah, bro. Like I say, all James Madison and them man, in my opinion, when they get to Frankfurt, the crumble will be real. Hopefully
Bro,
not. I hope they prove me wrong. Listen, I'm gonna say that. I don't want to be the over negative guy because if they can win, hey, bro, that's what semis, bro. I'll take it, bro. But like I say, bro, it's Spurs in it, so I'm just trying to be realistic in my mind. Frankfurt away. If we're at home, maybe I could say something different. But yeah, I'm gonna go with a 2-1 Frankfurt. But I hope they prove me wrong in it.
Yes. What are you saying, Jess? Frankfurt away.
oh shit. Sorry, one sec. Okay, cool. Now it's like what it says. Like I think winning the game with a comfortable lead would have been good at home, but couldn't get it done. And as the other two just said, man, like Germans don't play around. Like when it comes to their, especially European fixtures as well. European fixtures specifically, where yeah, they be going crazy. They be going crazy. And with that big, like it's a big pitch as well, so it's not like they're not used to them. Like I would like to say it helps because we have a big pitch too, but obviously it's not like necessarily. I don't know if it's necessarily going to be something that's going to help us, and it just doesn't help that Frankfurt is literally one of the worst atmosphere in Germany to go to. Every European game, especially like European game, like Bundesliga, or whatever. European games where like it goes crazy over there. So I don't trust the team just in general, even when we had good teams to go away. But I just throw the scoreline out there. I think I just go 2-1 Spurs just because I just don't rate Frankfurt to be honest. I think we can, if we can get it together, if Madison can actually keep his cool head, so that means like that means a Madison red card at some point. But if he can if he can keep his head cool, his son can put in like there's like that one meme that says, "Yo, can you give me one more day? Can you give me one more day? Whatever happens in the future, it doesn't matter. But can you give me one more day? Like I need that type of performance from Son." What's happening there on the right wing? Let me not speak. My striker is not getting enough service. Like so what he can only do is just chase after shadows and chase the ball with little to nothing space. Yeah, my number 10 my number 10 is probably going to argue with the referee, but if these four up top can get it together, I think we have a chance to beat them, honestly, man. So yeah, I say 2-1, but am I confident though? Nah, I'm never confident in Spurs. Big away games, never. So in Europe especially. So yeah, man, that's my prediction. 2-1 to
First. What I was even going to say? Hey, big up Steven as well. Big up everyone in the chat. And that was what I was going to say. The winner of this tie faces which tie? Who's the winner of your
playing the
tie?
Lazio. I think playing Lazio Bodo Klim.
Is it Lazio or
You
Bodo?
you on the athletic club side.
Yeah. We on the other side. Is it Lazio or Bodo? So potentially,
Yeah.
if you win this, you could face Bodo Glint in a Europa League semi-final.
So yeah, and it's favorable. Like that's why I like. That's why I say like it's favorable. Like obviously, but even then it's like this is where our fans will probably like. I saw our fans go crazy when they saw Lazio losing to Bodo Klimt like 2-0, and I'm like, we're the type of team here who would get excited over that.
Hold that, man. Hold that, man. Getting moved.
You can hold that, man. I don't care if Newcastle won a trophy. You can hold that, bro. But
you can hold that. You can hold that.
But we the type of fans who see Lazio lose to Bodo Klimt 2-0. Bodo Klimt goes to the semi-final. We go to the semi-final, and then Bodo Klimt beat us. Then, like, and for me,
can't lose to Bodo Glint if you do. If they make
it
bro,
we lose nearly every week. What are you talking about? We can't lose to Bodo Klimt.
Like, you can't lose to
of course, we can lose to. We can lose to everybody. Like, I'm not saying that. That doesn't mean that they're amazing. But we can lose to everybody.
We play them. They're dreadful, man.
That doesn't. But that's what I'm trying to say, though. But we dreadful too. So it's like dreadful versus dreadful.
Oh, jeez.
So it's like.
I think you're better than Bodo Glint.
We are better than them, but we are dreadful. That's the point. So it's like we can sit here like we're dreadful right now and we still alive.
Yeah,
Like
I
that's
hear
what
you.
just
I hear
so
you.
for me, like that's what for me. That's what I said. Like I'm more fuming about the fact that the season is what the season is. Then this is probably our easiest chance, in my opinion, to get to a final again.
Really?
Like forget.
Yes. That's why I asked. I was like, because I was unsure. Obviously, I checked it.
I said this at the Europa League. I
Like
said at the
Bodo
forget
Glimt or
forget
Lazio, especially
uh,
with Bodo Glimt, because I thought
before
I was
even
going to
before
be
bro, bro,
getting. But go.
forget even after the Bodo Klimt result.
Yeah,
I said that at the start of the Europa League when
you
the
did
draw
say
was
this.
made.
You did say
From
this
the
for me.
minute one, I said this is the easiest chance for us to get a trophy this season. And of course,
Yeah.
we fucking fumbling it with the way we've been this season. That's probably the way. This is what I'm so upset. Like the Premier League for me at this point, I don't give a damn. We already beaten one of our relegation rivals, man. Two more to go, but
Hmm.
we're gonna deal with them. But it pisses me off that that our campaign has been so poor when there's such a good chance to go and win a European trophy and get us to a Champions League in that manner. Does this team deserve to play Champions League next season? No. Are we gonna get smashed next season in the Champions League? Yes, if we win the Europa League. But the fact that you can still get away with the season with a trophy, even though I don't believe it, is what's super annoying that the team is playing and the team is just in the state that it's currently at, man. Just we can from a manager perspective, but also from a player's perspective as well. Like, like for me, it's like it's one of them ones where like shit, fuck whatever happens, in the summer, new manager, whatever. Get it together and just win this competition because this is not. We're not talking about Real Madrid, Arsenal, Barcelona, fucking even Dortmund. Like Dortmund look poor versus not Dortmund. Dortmund result looks poor versus Barca, but when you watch the game, that was like at least a 4-2. So even Dortmund would have been a hard game for us.
Hmm.
Who's Inter Milan, Bayern? We're not playing against these teams. We're
Yeah,
playing
you're
against
playing against them teams that
we're
kind
playing
of.
against.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? We're playing Frankfurt. I'm seeing Lazio. I'm seeing Bodo Klimt. Like no disrespect to United, but we see what we did to United this season most of the time. So
Beals 3 times.
United, Lyon, this is like Athletic Club is probably the only team that I look at and say just because ironically the final is in their stadium, so it's already a disadvantage. But
Hmm.
it's a competition. That's why I said from minute one, forget all even the knockout stage draws. I
You
said
did
from
say
minute
this.
one the table was drawn. I don't see why Spurs come into the competition, and
Hmm.
I still believe Spurs can win the competition, but I still at the same time down in it. But that's just me though.
Now you did say this. And speaking of dreadful, takes us to Manchester United and Onana and everything. This manager's decision making and everything like that. I've mentioned this quickly. I've spoke about it during the watch along. I spoke about it after the game in my match reaction. I spoke about it on Back Again, the United Chelsea show earlier on today, and I speak on it again. Once Onana said what he said, and this is kind of like Ange with the lack of self awareness. Why are you talking? Why is Onana? We are sat 13th. You and we are a poor side, and you have been one of our worst players. You have made multiple errors consistently throughout the season that have cost Manchester United goals. You've also made errors where it's not necessarily it's not necessarily ended in Manchester United conceded, but it could have. You have played a heavy role in our poor performances. You have played a heavy role as to why we're 13th. You played a heavy role in Manchester United's failure to win back-to-back games in the Premier League. So I say all that to say this. As soon as he said what he said to Mike, we knew he was going to make a mistake. I called it. I think it was a Q&A I did that day. Whatever live stream I did that day, I said, as soon as he said
What's
what
the
he
Q&A?
said to Mike,
What's the Q&A?
yeah, it was a Q&A. He's making a mistake either the first leg, the second leg, or both. First leg, second leg, or both. And then his shamelessness in his response to Matic was crazy as well. From a football fan perspective, love it. Because the game needs more. And I say that the game, I think, is too nice. I think we need more rivalries. We need more players and more managers talking shit to each other back and forth. Not in over the top, but things like that are much needed. Tells you all you need to know.
Not
Like,
the bench players though. Like
yeah, but
bench players act like starters.
when you're not performing, shut up. How about that? When you are not performing well, shut up. And we all
Shut
knew.
up in trouble.
Shut up and catch the ball. How about that? Shut up and catch the ball. How about you distribute the ball quicker? How about you help us with that? What are we talking about here? And no, he had to go one further and not just make an error. He had to make errors, not just one mistake. No. He had to make mistakes. Pluralized it. Because Leon, like Jez was just talking about, the Europa League quality, were rubbish. I'm not going to say they're a rubbish side because I don't watch them. But what I will say is they are rubbish. They were rubbish in the game. Like it got to a point in the game where I said, hey, give the ball to Cherky just to see a step over. I was like, shows a flare or something like that. Because I heard the Spurs Frankfurt game wasn't the best, but it was better than ours. Oh. And when I say that, I'm talking about just the distinct lack of quality in the game from both sides. The first goal summed it up. Bruno overhit a free kick. Goalkeeper should catch it and punches it. Agate shins a volley. And then Euro, the header was actually good. But other than that, the rest of it was absolutely fucking terrible. Like in regards to the goal in the game. But yeah, man, we should have won the game. 110% Manchester United should have won the game. Wasn't for this goalkeeper on absolute idiotic foolishness. And the manager also on foolishness with the lineups. Like Amorim is not getting away with that either. That holy trinity of hell. Now that's disrespectful to Wakanda. You would have made their first 11. Or that vibranium over there and that. They have the world's best.
Can I say something on that?
Yeah, go on.
From a lineup perspective, because obviously I said because I remember coming to the chat and saying that, yo, did you see the lineup? Because I knew like what was going to happen, and then it's like, and I was like thinking about it, and like for me it's like, and this just the way it looks for me, and it's just the way it looks for me, but it feels like most of the time he doesn't set up trying to win the game from minute one.
Yes.
Like with these type of lineups, and I'm like, I get maybe the premise of like you're away. You want to keep it a bit safe and then see what you can do in the second half. But I feel like, and this is where this is where I feel like the criticism should be given to him, because I feel like there's a lot of people trying to dodge it from that perspective when speaking about it. And I'm like, you're a much better coach. I know you had the confidence in your football when you were playing Sporting, because I was watching it's like you literally said it like how long ago you said like managers come to Man United and the term stupid. Because
Yeah.
I seen you in sport. Because I seen you in Sporting. I see how you played the football with confidence. That now it's like, and I understand the quality is not necessarily high. But the point is, everybody knows you're not getting fired this season. So for me, it's like, what is this? What is this fear of like not wanting to give yourself the best opportunity from minute one? Kill the game early, bring on all then these defensive subs that you then want to play, and then you can shut down the game from like that. Like you can like again, like I think Leon are better than what I didn't watch the game, but I know Leon can be better what they're probably shown. Like
Yeah,
again, like I said I think a couple but before the games happened the last time when we did the show, I said Syracuse going to obviously want to watch Mika Tasa, who you said is actually somebody who actually showed up.
he was
Like,
good.
these are the danger months, but it's not like this team is filled with like insane quality. So for me, it's like I get it if you play Barcelona, I get it if you play Bayern, but I feel like I'm in, and I don't know if this is just I don't know if it's just a bad sign for maybe next season, but just have a bit more confidence in yourself. Go out there, like man is not saying extreme high line. Um, you want to keep the ball for 70-80% most of the game. Man, it's the same. Yo, just be a bit more confident out there. Like, good for me. You're looking like a coward, in my opinion. Not trying to go and kill these teams. You give them too many teams too much respect. I think that's a big issue too. That's a big issue when you consider that a lot of these teams necessarily have players who can hurt you, but are not that dangerous to the point where like you
strike fear in you.
He's like, bro, I see the lineup, and like first and foremost, those three guys here. At one point, and I said this to Chi when he did his show, obviously reviewing the game, and I told to Chi, I understand his frustration with Garnacho. I understand his frustration with Foden. I agree. Like I don't even think the criticism was wrong from them. I don't understand how people defend them, but when you know there's guys on your team who are 1 in 20 plus games, two times on the pitch, and you continue playing these guys, not only do you hurt the team who's starting on the pitch, not only do you hurt the players who are on the bench who think I should be getting an opportunity, but you're also hurting the players who are going through a bad form. I'm not saying these guys are quality. I'm not saying that. but at least get these guys out of the team, let them maybe think about what they're doing wrong, and maybe they can maybe impact the game off the bench and see how this gonna go. Because what he is doing for me is not helping the team. It's not helping anybody on this team. It's not helping you as the manager. It's not helping the players who are in the poor form, and it's not helping the players who feel like they should be given opportunity. I think it's just a very wrong way of managing a team. Maybe I think because he knows he's gonna be here next season. It's like the safety thing where like, okay, let me do what I want to do. But I feel like just have a bit more confidence in your coaching and just make certain decisions. Make decisions that just help everybody. It would help Garnacho. It would help Hoyland to get out of the team. It would help them. But if you keep playing these guys, not only are they going to continue to play bad, but not only are they going to continue to see the abuse, which they do see, because you know these two are on the social medias, but also you look at somebody like Sersky who's like, what do I have to do to get into the team? You're looking at Shido and say, what do I have to do to get into the team? So this is where you know these two probably going to be on your team next season. So you're already fucking up connections that you could do already for next season. But that's just my take. Like, I just feel like I'm just being a coward in my opinion. That's just me though. And it sounds harsh, but I feel like United could do better in these type of aspects. If you still like, we all know United stink from a quality perspective, but at least at least put yourself as a manager out there saying like, it's not me, it's the players. But for me at the moment when I watch United, it's both the manager and the players.
Yes. And that's it. And that's where the issue lies with it in regards to it. He managed you like a coward. Our attack is terrible. If we had 6 attackers out there. If you put all our attackers on the pitch, our attack struggles. Because our attackers overall, especially without Maino and Ahmad, is dreadful. It's a championship attack. So now you limit it by taking one attacker away. Like Will said, there was 3 attackers out there. Everyone else was a defender or a DM. It's coward-like. It's risk averse. It's very coward. It's, I just don't want to lose. I just don't want to get beat. Like, trust yourself. Respectfully, it's Leon, who were not great. Like I said, poor. They're one of the poorest sides we've played. Said this. Easily bottom 5 this season. Comfortably bottom 5. Like, worse, like Southampton put up a better fight in the game at Old Trafford than they did today. Isn't and is Faz? Are you waved? Are you drunk? Well, let me just get to a couple of the raids. Shout out to Faz. Big up to Sam for the raid every single time. Shout out to Faz. Big up to Hassam for the raid. Big up Hassam, sorry. Shout out to my G Faz for the raid. Big up to you both. Shout out to OG Pops in the cut as well. Says flawless. The flip side is that he's trying to put those players in the shop window because he doesn't want them around next season. Plus, and he's showing Jim that they need to spend money. I hear you on this, Pops, but you know what it is? He's done showing him. Once man goes 0 goals in 15 games, that's it.
Kind of even for me.
You don't need to see anymore. Garnacho's price we've drove down. Why we didn't take that money from Napoli or Chelsea, I have no idea. If you want to, you know what you want to do? If you want to play these players, play them off the bench. Give them 15, 20 minutes. That's what it is.
But for me, it sounds for me more like a couple too.
Yeah, go on.
Now, for me, it sounds more like a couple too because again, like even if you want to do that, give yourself an opportunity to win because at the end of the day, like a manager's job is to go and win football matches.
Yeah, drop these man.
Again, as I said, like as much as I believe United, as much as I believe Spurs can win the Europa League, United can win the Europa League. But if you do this, you're basically throwing away an opportunity of a very winnable trophy because you want to put guys in the market. I think that's hella wrong, and I don't rate that at all. If I'm being honest.
No, I hear you on that. I fully hear you on that. 110%. Fully hear you on that. And to Mom Sugay says, I'd be real, if Lacazette could finish, he might have lost 4-2, but he can't finish. That's why he's at Leon. If we had better attackers, we win the game 4-5-2. If Xerxes starts that game, we win it. Or could have won it. It gives us a much better opportunity. We were out there with 9 men. We played against 9. They played against 9 men and couldn't beat us. Because Hoyland and Garnacho give you nothing. So we was 2 men down. And the game was still competitive. That's how poor they were. Because anyone of any form of quality puts Manchester United that Manchester United lineup to the sword. Because you have to worry about nothing going the other way. What did we create? In transition, even when it was 3-on-3, 3-on-2, or 4-on-4, we seen the one where Garnacho ignored the overlap from Xerxes and overhit the pass into Bruno. Bruno had every right to be pissed. But again, they're Leon. That's why he's there. But hey, that's why I like it. That's why I don't worry about it. And Faz saying, who wants to see me and Flawless rap together? Let us know, people. Faz really getting into his creative bag. So yeah, let us know, Faz. Are you trying to rap? Get the instrumentals, man. We'll pattern something. Let me know, Faz. Let me know. Big up to Faz. But yeah, we stink. That's the be all and end all of it. And this manager is just not helping. What did he say? Yeah, this nonsense like this. Ruben Amorim is considering dropping Onana for Sunday's game against Newcastle. Why? To play him in the bigger game. That game don't mean anything to us. That's not a punishment. You know what a punishment is? Drop him for both. Been saying this. And he started off so well with this in regards to dropping players. Because he dropped Garnacho and Rashford in the Manchester derby. And I said, even if we lose that game, that's a positive. And then Garnacho didn't start the next 4 or 5 games after that. Positive. I thought he was going to continue to hold players accountable for poor performances. But as we can see, he's done a complete 180 on that. Done a complete 180 on that. And now players aren't held accountable. Like Onana, who's been making mistakes all season long. Like a Højlund. Like a Garnacho. This goes on. Like a Dalot. Well, here we are. What is this? Yeah, Ruben Amorim set to make a number of changes for United's trip to St. James's Park. Yeah, that makes sense. Well, yeah, a whole heap of foolishness, man. This manager on stroppiness. That's what it is. Nah, and it wasn't. Yeah, true. Maybe you should have sold Garnacho and Højlund and kept Rashford. At least it gives you goals. Should have sold all 3. The fact that there's people interested in these players is wild. But word to pops, every pot has a cover. So people decide. So Garnacho, we should have sold. Højlund, we should have. And as we can see with Rashford. No, Rashford ain't doing too well because I'm not hearing the whole, oh, you should have kept him. No, it's not. Northside was right when I asked him about, what was it? We was talking a few in the international break. It was about Arsenal and their title charge. And I said, did you get your apologies? And he said, no, I just get less criticism. And I get less people in my comments. And I've noticed that. Because when Rashford was performing better at Villa, which he was, it was, oh, where a problem should you have kept him? I watched him in that PSG game. He was terrible. Wasn't the only one. Villa weren't good overall, but I'm talking in particular about him. There's been other games where he ain't played well either. And the silence has been deafening because that's Rashford in a nutshell. But, hey, all Manchester United's fault rather than these players just not being good enough. Which, the 3 players you mentioned are not good enough. They're not. And yeah, Europa is all you got left. Play a stronger, not even a strong, play a different team. That's where I'm at. As far as what you accept from Newcastle game, which lineup has to start, I don't particularly. You know what? So I'm going to be honest, I don't care. I'm so over the Premier League, I couldn't care less what team he plays. Whether he plays a whole heap of players I like, whole heap of players I don't like, a mixture of the two. Because I don't think it has any bearing. His lineup against Newcastle, I don't think has any bearing on the game against Lyon at home. Because he played the exact same lineup against City that he did against Lyon. So it's not like you're resting players. And we don't have a strong 11 to rest anyway. But, yeah, just fuck these lot, man. Jolting. That's what I'd say. Jolting. But yo, Jacob, we'll go to you. Scoreline prediction for... Wait, did we ask you your scoreline prediction? Nah, we didn't. Scoreline prediction. Yeah, for Frankfurt. Yeah, scoreline prediction.
Oh, Frankfurt.
I said 2-1.
Oh, yeah, you did say 2-1.
Yeah, we did. We have to do Wolves. We have to do the Wolves one.
Yeah, Premier League. Yeah. Wolves.
Wolves is at the Molineux, I think.
Yeah, at the Molineux, yeah. I only know that because somebody told me.
Since Super Yan, I think.
Yeah. Shout out to Molineux. Nice stadium, by the way.
I'm going to say
we stink there. I don't know.
Draw.
We stink there.
Yeah.
2-2 draw.
Yeah.
2-2 draw. What are you saying, De Niro?
Yeah, Desmond as well, still.
Just?
Fuck, I don't know, man. We fucking stink there. Ah, man. I must just go and say, I must just say, I said 2-2, man. I said 2-2.
All right, first. I think that's pretty much it. Like I say, big up Faz for the raid. Big up Hassan for the raid. Everyone in the chat, run up the likes. Go over 160 of you like in the building. Only at 46 likes. Let's go up to 70 likes. I don't think there's any. Is there any questions we missed? I don't think there was any questions we missed. Anything any you might want to add Spurs related before we do close out?
Actually, I do want to say something. Actually, I changed my scoreline because I said actually 2-1. I said 2-1, not 2-1 Spurs, 2-1 Bulls only because I want us to rotate on Sunday because obviously I want to rest players for the Frankfurt game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thoughts on switching? Thoughts on switching to false 9 and plays Xerxes there. Even when he plays the 9 in this system, he drops in and plays like a false 9 anyway. But yeah, I would play Xerxes regardless. And you ask me, is there a way to check how long I've been subbed? The only way, Javeri, to figure out how, if you comment on one of the live streams afterwards, I think if your subscriptions is public, it will give me a notification. It will tell me a notification, I've been subbed to the channel for X amount. But it's been a long time, man. So big up to you, man. I realize. Yeah. Just that. Let me see what else you lot got going on. Let me see in the chat. And you lot continue to run up the lights. Yeah, it's been almost 2 hours as well. Yo, Jacob, shout out your socials. Let them know where they can find you, what you got coming up, all that good stuff.
Yeah, I do got to bounce. Unfortunately, it's dinner time, but fortunately, it's dinner time.
Have a good dinner. Have a good dinner, man.
Yeah, man.
United Spurs of America. God only knows when I'll go live next. And if you're not religious, then who knows when the next time I'll be live is. And that's where you can find me, right there. Just hit a dot and hit enter, and then you should be able to find me right there, real easy. Up the lads, come on, you Spurs. I see a comment there before I go. Jacob, how you feel about Levy hiring Arsenal's former CEO?
Is it Vinay? Yeah.
Something like that. I'm gonna say I don't know enough about him or what he did at Arsenal to have a real opinion about it. Obviously, the initial thoughts of like having a fucking gooner in the works is a lot like thinking of Ryan Mason, but it is a lot forced to live with, so I'm used to it. Hope that answers.
I'll be honest. For me, like some.
What's that? Some people are saying it's a good thing.
No. I saw Brian put that. I saw Brian. That Brian, bigger to him, man. But I saw him putting it in the group chat. Because I know he was looking for his reactions as usual. That little snake, but I'll be real. I'll be up, Jacob. I'll be real. I think
United Spurs of America, man. Links in the
people
chat.
put Jacob's link in the chat, man.
Yeah.
But I'll be real. I think I personally think it don't matter, to be honest. Like, again, he's just one another person that works under Levy. Just like, as long as Levy is there, as long as the Enoch there, it's like, yo, Vinay can do fucking wonders. I know that he has a bad rap from speaking with Arsenal fans, but it don't really matter anyway. When Levy and Enoch is there, so it's like, I don't really care who they appoint at this point. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. Any thoughts on the De Niro in regards to Vinay from the former Arsenal? Is it director of football?
Nah, CEO. So he's supposed to come. He's supposed to come in and what's it called? He's supposed to come in and what did they say again? On and off pitch, on and off the pitch and business. But then it can mean literally everything. Like it could mean literally anything. So it's like, I'll be honest, it can mean so much. Like he can literally do work at the football club. It's not even one bit football related. And in terms of actually like football players and all that, these type of things. That's what I mean. So yeah, man, I don't know.
Fez, De Niro, what you saying?
I just want to let you know that we don't care. You get me? Boom.
We don't care.
You see that one there, that meme? That's my thing, bro. You see that there?
We don't care.
Yeah, bro.
We
You
do
see
not
that
care,
one
man.
there, bro. So yeah, with my man coming in or doing whatever he's doing, just do your job in it. You understand? I don't know what your job requires. That's way above my fan grade or pay grade with the fanness. Me, I'm just focused on what happens on the pitch, and if nothing happens, then we'll come and contact you till further notice, bro. You understand? So yeah, bun my man,
Oh,
and yeah, let's see what he does, bro.
bro,
First.
he's gonna be another like, bro. Like, you know when you're a penny pitcher, the last thing that you don't want to hire if you're a penny pitcher only in place and you know hire people that want to spend money, they're gonna be like him. So it's like that's what I say. Like shit, like but the shit that Jacob is gone. Jacob is gone because he probably would know more, definitely know about it. But because we hired Scott Munn like 2 years ago when Ange came in, and he was supposed to be like the director, not DOF, but like director of sport operation, and that dude did fuck all. Like I haven't heard anything from him. So that's what I say. Like these guys just gonna come in, make ways to make money just to give it to the football club and just that's their job right there. They don't do anything else. So I'll be honest, this is not going to change anything. It's not going to make us better. It's not going to make us worse, man. It's just like whatever.
First. Fair enough. And yeah, people, we are going to close out. I know you lot have asked a couple questions as well, so let me get to this. Big up Steve in the chat as well. To Fuzzy who asked if
Hold
we
that,
got a
hold that.
Discord. No, there's no Sarcasm City TV Discord. Prime, hold that. You know what I'm saying? Hold that. I don't know why Jez called you a snake, but hold that. Love that.
Because also because he put that midnight news in the group chat, thinking like, somebody's gonna buy it. I know you,
Yeah,
Prime
Prime
man.
does that type of shit. Yeah.
Bro, that's what I'm saying. Like, bro, I'm familiar with your game, bro. I'm familiar with your game, bro.
Can't trick us, can't fool
You
us,
can't,
and
you
no
can't, you
side,
can't fool us, man.
no, no NBA tonight, and then there's no NBA tomorrow, no NBA tonight, no NBA tomorrow, and then Sunday's the last day of the
Pain.
regular season. So the next NBA watch-alongs will be play-ins. So it'll be the play-ins games, probably on the West, maybe not on the East. It depends on the matchups, but play-in games and then playoffs as well. Like I said, I'm doing my best to put together a courtside commentary for NBA predictions and talk your ish fan calling show as well to get everybody's NBA predictions as well for the NBA fans. So I'm trying to pattern that and sort that out. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. And go make sure you follow the playback people as well. Sarcasm City TV, www.playback.tv/Sarcasm City TV. That's playback.tv/Sarcasm City TV, or just download the playback app from your app store, people. Download the playback app from your app store. That's where all of the watch alongs will be going down tomorrow. So obviously starting off with the Manchester City Crystal Palace game, 3 p.m. I might do Nottingham Forest Everton. Yeah, I might. Yeah, I'll do Nottingham. Actually, is it? Wait. Oh shit, it's tomorrow. I was hoping that the Real Madrid game was today, but it's not. So yes, Manchester City Palace, that'll be 12:30 kickoff. 3 p.m. is then the Nottingham Forest Everton game. The 5:30 p.m. game is Brentford versus Arsenal, and then La Liga there's an 8 p.m. game, Leganés versus Barcelona or Barcelona versus Leganés, and then following that, so all of those watch-alongs I just mentioned are all on the playback, so you won't find them here. And then we're here on the YouTube 10:30 p.m. UK time, Manchester United Arsenal show. So I'll be with TJ, Tony, Dunsey, and then following that, straight after, it'll be a couple hours later, 12:30 a.m., the Yardman show. So I'll be back with Lex and Kaneki as well. Shout out to Javon. Make sure you subscribe to the Final Whistle podcast as well. Yeah, Common Sense, you're right. La Liga is where it's at. That's why I was hoping the Real Madrid game was the 3 p.m. technically today, well, Saturday, but it's not. It's the 3 p.m. game tomorrow. And unfortunately, I got to watch Manchester United. But all of the shows I just mentioned, there's an upcoming live stream schedule here on the YouTube. Let you know all the shows that are coming up. Same over on the playback. And the playback I update for the entire month. The YouTube I just do on a weekly basis as well. So I'm probably going to update that tonight. So you know all the shows that are coming up next week here on the YouTube. But get across to the playback right now. And obviously follow us on Spotify as well, where you get this show, all the other shows on the channel, all the other shows on the YouTube channel, apart from watch-alongs, fan calling shows, and gaming content are all available on all audio platforms. So Spotify, iTunes, SoundCloud. Hey, Real are better than most though. They got more talent than most. That's why I watch them. People are like, why you watch Real? Because their games are entertaining. Whether they get beat
Yeah,
or
and,
not.
and they literally concede end score, so it's like
Yeah,
gonna be
the
always
games
an
at
entertaining game.
Barcelona. The games are entertaining. I posted it because it's football news. Am I not allowed to post football news? No, we don't want to hear football news from you in the group
Yeah,
chat.
that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, bro, nobody asked you, bro. Like,
Nobody
bro, we don't care, bro. Bro, like,
Yeah,
bro, like, respect, bro. We don't care, bro.
Yeah, we don't want to hear from you. And yeah, anyone who's an NBA fan, like I said, playoffs is starting soon, play-ins is starting soon. I'm going to be doing the vast majority. Yes, all the best matchups in the play-ins and the playoffs, we will be doing watch-alongs for. So no matter if it's West Coast and it's 3 a.m., 3:30 a.m. late starts. And if you have an NBA League Pass, you can watch along with us, people. So bless you. If you have an NBA League Pass, you can watch along with us. And I'm giving out VIP passes so you can watch the game for free. So like you see myself, De Niro, and Jez on the screen right now. If I give you a VIP pass, you'll see us, but then on the screen will be the game. That's how it works. The playback is a fire app, so get over there, people. Because we're about to go into overdrive over there. Right, let's see. Well, who's actually live? You know what? Giannis is live. Barca reacts. So all I need you lot to do is put Sarcasm City TV Raid in the chat. So put Sarcasm City TV Raid in this chat, hit the like button and subscribe, man. Very, very, very good up-and-coming content creator, man. One of my favorite content creators to chat with and definitely need to work with him more. Like, Giannis is very, very good. Cool Barcelona fan, cool brother as well. So I need you lot to go support. Put Sarcasm City TV Raid in his chat as well. Anything you man want to add before we close out, though?
All right, ban Arsenal, man. Ban Arsenal.
What are you saying, De Niro? Anything you want to add?
Free Tottenham, bro. You understand? Free
So
Tottenham.
like 3 hours like Malcolm X, man.
Yeah, man.
This guy hate Egypt. But all right, cool. We're going to close out. Hey, big up. Sorry that you lot enjoyed the show. Big up to Javeri says, I'm sub to him. That's good. So make sure you run up the likes and subscribe over there. Again, put Sarcasm City TV Raid in his chat. And like Sai said, people, Sarcasm City TV playback is more fun than YouTube. Open the playback immediately and subscribe to Sarcasm City TV. Yeah, because it gets even more wild over there. See, conversations that I will stop over here, I don't stop on there. So you see when I'm like Jez or Prime are absolutely wilding out. And I'm like, hey, you man, relax. It's like over there. So all right, let's get to it. But big up. Love to everyone that's locked in. Manchester United, Tottenham Hotspur show, Man United pod. He's talking at Tottenham Talk live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube. Thank you very much for tuning in.